Hello, good afternoon. We're back for match 2 of the day. This is the little matter of a North London derby, Arsenal away at Spurs. This is going to be epic.
Gabriel Martinelli. It's now with Granit Xhaka. Is it going to be the third goal? It is the third goal. Granit Xhaka with it. That seals it.
So it's the North London derby, Tottenham against Arsenal. This is maybe slightly more riding on this than maybe some of the previous ones. Of course, we know we've got a really poor record in this fixture away at Tottenham. We haven't won here since 2014, so coming up for 9 years since the last time we won away at Tottenham. That was a goal from Thomas Rosicky, of course, back in March 2014. A 1-0 victory on that particular occasion, and that is the last time we've won here in the Premier League. We did win a League Cup tie in 2015, 2 goals from Matthew Flamini, if you remember that game. We won that 1-2-1. But in the Premier League, it's been a very long time, and we've never ever got anything at all at the new Tottenham Stadium. 3 visits and 3 defeats. Just 1 goal scored as well. That was a goal from Alexander Lacazette, of course, in the COVID season in June 2020. We lost that game 2-1. Since then, we've lost 2-0 and 3-0 on this stadium. So we're hoping to end that run today. We're hoping to see whether Arsenal have got the minerals to win an away game in this sort of atmosphere. So far, we haven't really managed to do it, have we? We haven't had the opportunity this season, let's be honest. But we've got it now, and it's going to be a big test, isn't it, for many similar opportunities that we're going to get for the rest of the season as well. Big games away from home. We have got to step up and show what we're about. And today's a perfect opportunity against a Tottenham team not in great form. We have already got some great commenting already. Nathan, how you doing, my friend? He says, hi, buddy, looking forward to this. Yeah, we're all looking forward to it. Good result for you guys, wasn't it, earlier? A little bit fortunate maybe to win. I saw bits and pieces of it, but you got to win in the end. Nathan's, of course, a Newcastle fan. And John says, as an Arsenal fan of many years, I, for one, am glad we didn't sign Mudryk. Me too, mate. 100% agree with you. I definitely didn't want to sign him once his price went above 50 million. Plus, well, I don't think he's what we need at this moment in time. I'm sure he's a very good player that in the future will be a great signing for Chelsea. Overpriced, we know that. But yeah, I'm not too disappointed we haven't got him, as long as we've got other targets in place that we can bring in. We need 3 players for the squad, don't we? We'll go into the team news in a moment. Nathan says, I know it's an AFC channel, but away to 2. Yeah, you're flying well up in a minute, aren't you? Even when you can see the goal, they decide to disallow it, don't they? Things are definitely going in your favour at the moment, but you're playing well. And yeah, looking good for the top 4 as things stand. So we have got the team news then for this big North London derby. So this is how the teams line up then for Arsenal. I mean, it's almost pointless going through Arsenal's team. It's the same team every single week because we don't have a squad, and that's the problem we've got. So in goals, Aaron Ramsdale, back 4, Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel, and Alexander Zinchenko at left back. He tends to play in the big games, doesn't he? In midfield, Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, and Martin Odegaard just ahead of them. And the front 3, as expected, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and Eddie Nketiah through the centre. Big day for Eddie, isn't it? We need him to step up. He's been scoring some goals. He needs to keep doing that, doesn't he? On the bench then for Arsenal, this is where we can see the issues for the squad depth. Matt Turner, the goalkeeper. Kieran Tierney, a left back, a good player to have on the bench, but he's not going to help you to win a game if you're losing. Rob Holding, Takahiro Tomiyasu, Sambi Lokonga, all the same about those as well. Emil Smith-Rowe's the one, isn't he, that stands out? He's the one player on the bench that can maybe turn a game. One is not enough, is it? Fabio Vieira, Matt Smith, and Marquinhos. So that's the Arsenal lineup with bench. For Tottenham, and this is how they line up. It is Hugo Lloris in goal, the captain. They've got sort of a back 3 or a back 5. Matt Doherty probably is going to be right wing back. You've got Christian Romeo, Eric Dyer, and Clement Longley as their back 3, and Ryan Sessegnon as sort of left wing back. In midfield, it is Pape Meta Sarr, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and then you've got Kulusevski and Song will be either side of Harry Kane, of course, the top goal scorer in North London derbies, as we know. He's one off the Tottenham goal scoring record that Jimmy Greaves holds. So a goal today will bring him level with that particular record. And I'm sure he'd love to do it against us, wouldn't he? On the bench then for Tottenham, Fraser Forster, Davinson Sanchez, Emerson Royale, Ben Davis, Oliver Skipp, Yves Bissouma, Brian Gill, Ivan Perisic and Richarlison. So look at Tottenham's bench and you have to say they've got a lot more options, haven't they? Certainly in the attacking third of the pitch to bring on. We've got maybe more defensive changes to bring on. So, but yeah, we clearly see what our issues are. It's squad depth, certainly in the attacking area. We've got no striker on the bench. We don't have any other striker, do we? The only other striker we've got is injured. It's all on Eddie Nketiah for the next few months, unless we buy somebody else in at the window. But no, I totally agree with John. I'm glad we didn't sign Modric. As soon as I knew what the price was, it was like, no, not for me, not having none of it. Terry says, afternoon, Richard, John and Nathan, I've got a good feeling that today 3-1 to us. Well, what I'm looking to see is I'm looking to see how we cope with a game like this away from home. So far this season, the only what you'd consider big away game, if you like, was Manchester United. And although we played pretty well that day or unlucky to lose, we did still lose. What I want to see today is us go away from home. It's going to be a hostile atmosphere. We know what happened last season, how important that defeat here proved to be. And in previous years as well. So we've not won here for 9 on our last 9 visits. Really, really poor record away at Tottenham. That's in 3 different stadiums, of course, White Hart Lane, Wembley and the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we haven't won at all. We haven't even got a draw here in 3 visits. So history is against us in this fixture, certainly recent history. And we need to show that we've got that extra little bit of character about us. I say my concern is the bench. If things aren't going well, apart from Emil Smith-Rowe, and we're not 100% sure what his fitness is, what state his fitness is in, he's the only one that you look to on the bench. If yes, he can come on and change a game. He's the only one that we've got. And that is, you know, even if we'd signed Modric, there's still only one more player on the bench, isn't it? We need 3. You need to have at least 3 players on the bench you can bring on to change a game. You look at Tottenham's bench today, they've got Brian Gill, who's been playing pretty well. They've got Ivan Perisic and they've got Richarlison. All 3 of those players can come on and make a difference if they're needed. And we've got Emil Smith-Rowe, and that's it really. The others, defensive changes, if we're winning, you can throw Rob Holding on the last 5 minutes to see it through. But other than that, you know, Manquillos, is he really good enough? Probably not. Sambi Congo, we know he's not got the quality. Fabio Vieira, he's going to get better, I'm sure. But at this moment in time, no. And it's a worry for me. It really is a worry for me. But anyway, hopefully the first 11 can go out there and get the job done, because they're going to have to, as we keep saying every week. But of course, a win today would put us 8 points clear at the top of the table. So that would be a brilliant after Man City lost yesterday. And it's an opportunity for us we've got to get the points on the board while we can. Because as we know, as this squad stands at the moment, we're only 2 injuries away from being in serious problems, aren't we? Unless we bring bodies in. Nathan said there, would you take Rafinha? Again, I don't think that's the area of the pitch we really need to strengthen in. I'll tell you, I do like talking about Leeds players or ex-Leeds players in Rafinha's case is Rodrigo, because he would be a very good player for us, because he can play through the centre as a striker. He's Leeds top scorer this season, 10 goals I think he's got. He can also play in a wide area. So for me, I would rather get Rodrigo from Leeds, if I'm totally honest. But we will see what happens. There's still a couple of weeks left of the window. You know, I would be amazed and quite upset if Arsenal don't bring anybody in. We seem to throw all our eggs in the Modric basket, as we did last January, didn't we, with Vlahovic? And that never came off either. We didn't buy anybody. And that cost us our target, which was a top 4. This season, our targets have changed. You know, we are in the title race. There's no question about it. If we win today, we are definitely in the title race. So we need to strengthen our squad accordingly. And the way to do that is to buy 3 players that can come in and be game changers for us. Yeah, Rafinha would be a bad player, to be honest, but has he got the right attitude for what we're looking at? When you look at the players that Arteta's got rid of, is Rafinha got the type of character and attitude that would fit in with what we're looking to do? I'm not sure if he has. So we'll see what happens. There's still 2 weeks left, so we're not going to give up hope that people will come in, and we have to buy it. We have to buy it. Let's be honest, we have to. So let's see what happens. But we'll see what's going to happen. But the most important thing at this moment in time is these next 90 minutes coming up here. The teams are in the tunnel. Arsenal will be wearing our traditional home colours, of course, as we usually do away at Tottenham. Red shirts, white sleeves, white socks and red shorts. Tottenham, of course, in their traditional home colours as well. White shirts with dark blue shorts and dark blue. So in fact, they've got white socks, haven't they? So the teams are in the tunnel. Arsenal have got yet another new tracksuit top on that the players are wearing. They seem to wear a new one every single game, don't they? And Tottenham have just got a plain white tracksuit top on, which is what it is. So yes, let's see what happens here. Then I say what I want to see is I want to see Arsenal showing that they've got the mentality to come away from home in a difficult atmosphere, hostile atmosphere, and get a result, because we haven't consistently done that. We haven't really done it at all for a long time. So that's what I want to see us do. Let's do this today. Nathan says there, it shows that there is money there to spend. I'd also be surprised if you don't strengthen, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, there is money. Clearly, we've got money to spend. We had 90 or 100 million we were prepared to spend on one player. We've got the opportunity to use that money to buy 2 or 3 players to boost the squad up. And I hope that's what we do. But my issue is still the type of players that will fit in to what Arteta needs and what Arteta wants. That's my issue. But we'll see. Terry says 20 million Felix, 100 million Mudryk. I reckon Arsenal pulling out of both makes sense to me. Chelsea buying anyone, and as usual, paying way over the top. Smells of desperation at the bridge to me. Yeah, I mean, having said that, though, we're in a situation where I wouldn't say we're desperate, but we need players. So we're almost in that same situation, aren't we? We've got to buy players. If we might not have a better opportunity to win the league. And if we don't strengthen in January, that chance may well go. And that would be a mistake, and it would really be a mistake. Nathan says, yeah, especially the way City are playing, what a chance. Yeah, what a chance to win. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, 100%. We have got this great opportunity now. And I just feel as though you're not going to win the league with 11 or 12 players, which is all we've got at this moment in time. When I say we've got a squad of 25 players, but players who can come in and do the job that we need them to do. The reason why Arteta makes no changes to the starting 11 is because the players, the backups, aren't good enough. Everybody knows they're not good enough. And unfortunately, it could end up being the thing that's going to cost us unless we go out and buy it in January. And not just on one 19, 20-year-old player. I want to see us buy 2 or 3 players, 25, 26, 27, that kind of age bracket, got experience, can get us over the line. Because I'm not sure this squad has quite got enough about it. The first 11 is brilliant. We've seen that, but you dig in any further, and I'm not sure. Nathan says, 100% Terry, it doesn't look like Chelsea have a plan. Well, I think they've got a plan. Their plan is just to buy some new players and see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, we have got a plan, but is our plan too rigid? That's my concern. But we'll see. The next couple of weeks are going to be really important, aren't they? Starting today, because not only is the transfer window important, but we've got some big games in January, haven't we? Starting today and next week, of course, Manchester United. So it's not getting any easier, is it? But, 2 wins in these next 2 games, suddenly, boom, we're away, aren't we? And no one can catch us. Mark's in the chat here. Mark, hope you are well, my friend. He says, good luck. Should be a decent game. Yeah, enjoy it. Well, hopefully you don't enjoy it too much because we beat you and you won't enjoy it at all. But let's hope it's a good game. That's what we want to see, don't we? And I say, what I want to look from us. Obviously, we want to win the game, but I want to see us go out and show that mentality away from home in a hostile atmosphere, in a big game away from home. And I want to see us go here today and put in a performance. If we win, fantastic. But if we go there and show heart and courage and all that kind of stuff to play our game in this atmosphere, then I think that's what I want to see. Even if we don't win, I'll be fairly happy with that. Obviously, if we lose, I won't be. But then if we lose, it's because we're not doing those things, probably. Paul says there, I think you will win today. Another Tottenham fan. Well, I don't know. I'm not convinced that we will. I'm hoping that we do. But let's see how it goes. Terry says, do you think Potter wants all these players and extra pressure? Well, yeah, he's got enough pressure already, hasn't he, poor old Graham Potter? I don't think he realised quite what he was letting himself in for when he went to Chelsea, but I'm sure his career will be fine, whether it's at Chelsea or elsewhere. He's a very good coach. Anyway, we are just about to get started here. The teams are on the pitch. Arsenal are doing a little huddle on the pitch before this game, and it looks as though it's going to be Arsenal to kick off as well. And we are going to be attacking the goal to our right, I believe. So that's the end. Also, Arsenal will be defending the end where our fans are gathered behind that goal. Rajendra says, hi Rich, 3-0 win for the Arsenal. Wow, that's a confident prediction there, Rajendra. I really hope you're right. I'll settle for a scrappy 1-0 if I'm totally honest. But what I do want to see a performance, I say, going here today, playing with courage and desire. Anyway, we are off and underway. The North London derby. Aaron Ramsdale with the ball goes long up this near side as we normally do. Ben White tries to win that header, but it is Tottenham pick the ball up in midfield with Sarr. And then Harry Kane flicks it over to that far side. Bit scrappy there, actually, in the early stages here. But Gabriel clears that ball away up that far side. It's going to be a throw to Tottenham. Terry says, for 100 million, you could have got Haaland for a lot less. Well, I don't think Haaland would have come to Arsenal. Rajendra says, Arsenal in red and white. Yeah, of course. Arsenal in red and white. Tottenham in white and dark blue shorts, of course. It is a throw over on that far side. Matt Doherty is going to take that. Paul says there. Oh, yeah, of course, you're a Newcastle fan. I do apologise. I'm a Tottenham fan, a Toon fan. I watched your watch on the other night. That's right. Of course you did, yeah. Oh, cool. Good to see you again. I mean, you had a good win today, Newcastle, didn't you? A bit lucky maybe, but you got the job done, and that's what it's about, isn't it, when you're challenging for the top four? And in Isaac, you've got a very good goal scorer forward who is going to make a big difference. You know, he was there today really to put that ball in the net, which is where you want your striker to be, don't you? And he's got, 4 goals for Newcastle in, 6, 7 games? It's a good start, isn't it, to his Newcastle career? I'm sure he's going to do well. Anyway, Tottenham trying to play it out from the back here. Son's dropped deep. That's a good ball, actually. Sessegnon got a little bit of space up this near side to run into, actually, and run into it. He is just towards the edge of the Arsenal penalty, puts a cross in. That's a good block there from Thomas Partey, tracked him back. Paul says, yeah, very lucky today. Yeah, even when they scored, they decided they weren't going to give it. The penalty was a strange one, wasn't it? We had one of them against us when we played Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup about 4 or 5 years ago, and that one was given. He kicked it twice, and the goal stood, but obviously they didn't have VAR in them days. So yeah, maybe Newcastle were a bit lucky today, but that's what you need sometimes, isn't it? When you're doing well, sometimes things go your way, and Newcastle certainly are doing well as things stand. Terry says 1-3 as long as the ref stays neutral. Well, the refs aren't neutral, are they? Let's be honest. Anyway, Tottenham are enjoying the majority of the possession in his opening 2 minutes. They got the ball on his near side again with Kulishevsky. There was a bit of a doubt, wasn't there, whether Kulishevsky was going to play actually, but due to fitness issues, obviously that he's had. But anyway, he is fit to play. And he is a very good player, as we know. Anyway, Arsenal tidied it up pretty well. Granit Xhaka plays that back to Gabriel, and now it's with Zinchenko over in front of them Arsenal fans over on that far side. We've never won a game in this stadium. We've never even got a draw. Just 1 goal scored here in 3 visits. So I say recent history is against us in this game. And of course, Son and Kane do tend to have a great goal scoring record against us, certainly in this fixture away from home. Of course, we know at the Emirates we always beat Tottenham, don't we? We take that for granted, but away from home is where it's a lot different. But Jandra says it must be that we are playing at home with the home kit. Well, let's hope we play like we're playing at home, and then we'll be fine. We'll win because we always beat Tottenham at home. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal in front of those Arsenal fans. Aaron Ramsdale takes it long, deep into the Tottenham half, but that's a good header there actually from Romero, I think it was. And now Tottenham looking to come forward there, but good covering there from Granit Xhaka, I think it was. Oh, actually, William Saliba. Sorry, William Saliba again plays the ball out to that far side. Granit Xhaka now finds Zinchenko. He wasn't quite able to persuade his mate to join us, was he? But for that money, didn't really want him anyway. Granit Xhaka now plays it square to Erdegaard. Arsenal coming forward really for the first time. We've played 3.5 minutes. Ben White up this near side finds Bukayo Saka his first touch. Runs at that Tottenham defence. That's a good tackle on him. But Arsenal get the ball back with Ben White. Comes to Granit Xhaka. Plays it out to that far side. Gabriel Martinelli just inside the Tottenham penalty area. Gabriel Martinelli tries to cut through 2 challenges. Gets a shot away. It's blocked by Eric Dyer. And it falls to Kulishevsky over on that far side, who does well, the Swede. Plays the ball in field to Sarr. And then up to Harry Kane. Harry Kane's actually done really well. Gets away from 2 challenges. That's a good ball as well up this near side to Ryan Sessegnon's got a lot of pace, hasn't he? The fullback plays the ball into the box. A low cross. Wasn't a great cross. Saliba's there. But it is going to go out for a corner, is it? Or a throw? No, it's going to be a throw to Tottenham right near the corner flag. We've got Good for Life in the chat there. He says, Happy New Year, Rich. Let's get 3 points. Come on, you guys. Indeed. Happy New Year to yourself, mate, as well. Hope you're well. Looking forward to this. Rajendra says, Son with his mask. Indeed. Obviously, he's got some sort of injury going on. that he's had for a while now. Anyway, Tottenham taking this throw. Sessegnon plays the ball into Harry Kane, and then he plays it back to Lenge, who's on loan, of course, from Barcelona. Without his mask, yeah, that's right. Because he's not got his mask on today. That's right. He's had it on for a while, hasn't he, Son? He's not really been involved much in the game yet, actually, has he? Anyway, Tottenham got the ball over on that far side. Kulusevski plays it back to Eric Dyer. He finds Legion on this near side, plays out the line to Ryan Sessegnon, who certainly had a lot of the ball, but Bukayo Saka just takes it off him there, says, you're not having it anymore. And now it's with Thomas Partey driving forward from at midfield. Thomas Partey finds Martin Odegaard. We've got a player over Ben White outside. He finds Ben White on the edge of the penalty. That's a good tackle on him, actually, by Sessegnon, who shows his frustration at obviously losing the ball earlier in that move, but he did get back well. Good tackle on Ben White. But Arsenal looking threatening. We've played 5 minutes at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is still Arsenal 0. Well, Tottenham 0, Arsenal 0. No real chances yet for either side, but Arsenal do have, is it a corner or a throw? It's a corner. It is a corner, which Bukayo Saka is going to take from this near side, Arsenal's right. So he's going to swing it in with his left foot. We know how dangerous his set pieces can be. These corners, can we get the early goal, which would really settle us all down, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's going to be Bukayo Saka with this corner, for Arsenal, this near side. Swings it in towards the far post. It's a good ball. Oh, it was a header away, actually, and Tottenham do just about manage to clear it away, but not very far, only as far as Ben White. He plays it back to Saka on this near side. That was a really good delivery, actually, from Bukayo Saka, but Tottenham just about managed to scramble it away. Ben White now dinks the ball over to that far side, looking for Gabriel, who's still up from that corner, but again, Tottenham defend it pretty well. But Arsenal keep possession with Zinchenko over on that far side, plays it back into Thomas Partey. Now it's with, is that William Saliba over on that far side? I'm not quite sure what he's doing over there. Anyway, that's a ball played through, looking for the run there of Gabriel Martinelli, but Dockett is there, plays it back to Hugo Lloris. Put under pressure from Martinelli, actually, almost made a mistake there, Lloris. And Tottenham still can't really get the ball away. It's fallen to Martinelli in the box, flips it across. It's going to come to Eddie Nketiah. What a chance! Oh, good save, actually, from Hugo Lloris. Eddie Nketiah again. Tottenham there making a bit of a hash of that clearance, but they do manage to get the ball away now. But Hugo Lloris there put under pressure. Martinelli played the ball across the box to Eddie Nketiah, and he had a clear chance there, and Lloris was out quickly. That's a decent save by Lloris, but maybe Eddie's got to do a bit better there. Chance for the early goal, 7 minutes played, and that was a big chance there for Eddie. It was Martinelli's work there, putting Hugo Lloris under pressure. His clearance wasn't particularly good, and in the end, Lenglet clearance hit Martinelli, hit Odegaard. Martinelli flicked it across the box. Good movement from Eddie, actually, but on his left foot, maybe not his strongest. He got not a bad connection on it, but it was easily saved, and Tottenham did have 2 players on the line anyway that would probably have cleared it away. But that's a big chance for Arsenal very early in the derby. But it is Spurs 0, Arsenal 0, and Tottenham now coming forward themselves. Harry Kane plays that ball through, looking for Son. He's got on the ball there, Heung-min Son, but he's crowded out by 2 Arsenal players. We did manage to get it away, but not for very long. But we do now. Martinelli's picked up, great play from Martinelli, finds Eddie Nketiah, manages to get the ball out of his feet and finds Granit Xhaka. This is good from Arsenal. Up this near side now, Ben White. We did that really well. Ben White now plays up the line to Bukayo Saka. Ben White's gone around the outside. He's got the ball again. Ben White, what's the cross like? It's not a good cross at all. It's gone behind the goal for a goal kick. But that was good football from Arsenal. That was really good. It looked as though we were under a bit of pressure there over in that far corner, Arsenal's left. But we won the ball back, got the ball switched over to the right-hand side, and Ben White on the overlap. That's where a more natural centre-back playing at full-back, the delivery into the box tends not to be quite as good. And that's what we saw there, unfortunately. Gunnif Life says there, Son wears that mask because Kane is constantly spitting when he talks. Yeah, possibly it is, yeah. He's probably wearing it for COVID, isn't he? You know what the Japanese are like? They like their masks, don't they? Anyway, Granit Xhaka now coming forward for Arsenal. Finds Martin Odegaard, plays the ball square. This is good play from Arsenal. Martinelli again has had a good start. Martinelli goes past 2 or 3 challenges into the box, goes down. It's not a penalty. Referee wasn't having none of it. It's Craig Paulson, by the way, he's the referee. Rajendra says Eddie should have scored. Yeah, he should have done. But Arsenal's really settled down now. Martin Odegaard plays the ball into Eddie, sweeps it out to that far side to Alexander Zinchenko. Can he get a cross in? No, he's not. He plays it back instead to Granit Xhaka. It's been a good start from Arsenal. Xhaka plays it square to Partey, gets it back again. Granit Xhaka. And back to Thomas Partey, flicks it in towards Eddie. but there's a lunging challenge there, and it's going to be a free kick. Was that Matt Doherty there with that foul? It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal in a pretty good position, actually. We've played 9.5 minutes. It was a lunging tackle in there. It was no, it wasn't actually. It was Christian Romero. You probably got something on the ball, actually. But when you go through the back of a player, you're always going to concede a free kick, aren't you? And that's exactly what's happened. And it is going to be a free kick over on the far side. It's, what, about 20 yards outside the penalty area. 15, 20 yards outside the penalty area. Just slightly over to that left-hand side. It's going to be Martin Ødegaard to take it. It's probably too far out for a shot at goal, if you're honest. It would take a hell of a strike from there. It's the sort of ball where you want to just put it in between the penalty spot and a 6-yard box, don't you? See if the goalie's going to want to commit himself and get players running in on it. It could be a very difficult ball to defend. That's where he wants to put this Martin Ødegaard. This is an opportunity for Arsenal. Martin Ødegaard does put the ball into the area. Header comes in over the top. I think it was Thomas Partey with it. He did score, of course, in the derby at the Emirates, didn't he, earlier this season, that 3-1 victory. And he was looking to get a goal again there. Good free kick in. Decent header. Maybe Gabriel behind him, actually, may have had the better opportunity there. Nathan says Nketiah started well. Well, I mean, he started well in terms of his movement, yes. But that big chance, he should do better at that, really, shouldn't he? But no, he's looking lively indeed, he is. That goal kick there was, the header was won by William Saliba, and now Højbjerg's gone down inside at the centre circle. It is going to be a free kick to Tottenham. We've played 11 minutes and Arsenal have settled down well in this game. We've been at the better team and we've had that one big chance there. Martinelli's work there, closing down Lloris, calls it the problems. Tottenham take that free kick quickly, but it's too quickly. It's going to run through to Aaron Ramsdale, looking for the run on this near side of Ryan Sessegnon, but that was comfortable. Mark C says they're agreed. Eddie should have tucked it. I mean, he was on his left side, wasn't it? Not his strongest. And I mean, he got a reasonable connection on it. I suppose he just looked at just get it on target, which he did. But it was in the end quite a comfortable save. And there's a handball there by Thomas Partey in midfield. Romero was actually well done. Højbjerg there. Romero was about to tell the referee to get a yellow card out, and Højbjerg actually stopped him, pulled his arm down. So well played from Højbjerg, actually. But it was a handball. I don't think there was any intent in it, really. He just was stretching a little bit. And it is a free kick to Tottenham. But well done, Højbjerg, there for stopping Romero from, forcing the referee to try to get a yellow card out. So well done to him. But it is a free kick to Tottenham just inside our half, which just outside the centre circle, actually. It's going to be taken quickly. It is. It's in with Sarr, plays it out to Lenje on his near side, finds Ryan Sessegnon, look lively as well in his opening. Regenerer says 12 yards outside. Oh, you ordered a free kick. Yeah, it was about that, wasn't it? Anyway, Lloris now with a long kick forward. Harry Kane flicks it on. It's a good flick, actually, looking for Kulusevski, but it was good defending by Zinchenko. Now Arsenal are coming forward up this near side. Ben White finds Bukayo Saka, plays it back to Ben White, plays it infield to Thomas Partey and switches it over to that far side to Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays it forward to Gabriel Martinelli, who's looked lively in these early stages. Arsenal just keeping possession over on that far side. We've definitely been the better team in these opening 13 minutes. Had one big chance. And so far, Tottenham have offered very little, certainly in the attacking sense, but they've defended pretty well. And Ryan Sessegnon again won the ball back off Bukayo Saka. Those two have quite a battle today by the look of it. Harry Kane with that ball over to that far side, looking for the run of Kulusevski there, but Zinchenko just does enough, gets the ball back to Gabriel. It looks like those two over that side might have a big battle on today as well. The two fullbacks against the two wide players for Tottenham could be quite interesting as well. Oh, almost a mistake there in midfield for Thomas Partey. He lost his footing briefly. Harry Kane was ready to pounce, but in the end he managed to get back on his feet again. Anyway, Saka now on his near side has got a little bit of space. Sessegnon's faced him up. Across from... Oh, it's gone in! It's gone in! Saka's crossed. Lloris has put it into his own net. Oh, what a disaster for Tottenham. Arsenal lead 1-0. Lloris it was with a mistake. He got clear down that near side, Bukayo Saka. He tried to put a cross in. It was only meant to be a cross. It's come off Lloris into the net, and it is. What a disaster for Tottenham that was. He was onside. Saka had a little bit of space for the first time down this near side. He just looked to really get past Sessegnon and get a cross in. And that's all he was doing with his right foot. It was a cross. Hugo Lloris has made a right absolute hash of that. And it is. And it's an own goal from Hugo Lloris. And he threw it in his own net there. That is an absolute, that is hilarious, actually. What a mistake that was. Anyway, Mark C says 1-0. Nathan Lloris getting there 3-1 incoming. Well, maybe we'll see. Greener for Life says, will they give that to Saka? Absolutely not. It's an own goal. It was a cross, wasn't going on target. And it's an own goal by Hugo Lloris, which makes it even more funnier, actually. And Arsenal doing a basketball celebration. Not quite sure what that's all about. But anyway, we lead 1-0 in the derby. And it's only the second time we've ever scored in this stadium. The first time we scored with fans in the stadium, actually, because the only other goal was when the COVID season, when there was no one in the ground. So it is 1-0 to Arsenal. We've deserved that for the start we've made. First 15 minutes, we were the better team. We had Tottenham on the back foot, and now we've got the goal. And we need to press this advantage home now, because Tottenham haven't looked particularly good at all. Anyway, Sarr now with the ball in midfield for Tottenham. They look to try to find a way back, but they haven't even got the ball into our penalty area yet, have they? Sarr again bringing the ball forward to Senegalese. That's a good ball to Son. He turns well, plays the ball up this near side to Longe. The cross comes in, but it's too close to Aaron Ramsdale. Nice and comfortable for the Arsenal goalkeeper. Just showing his compatriot, his opposite goalkeeper there, how you actually catch the ball when it's crossed into the box and not throw it into your own net. It's not often, is it, where you see goalkeepers do that in games of this importance, but Lloris there has made an absolute howler. And maybe that's on top of the fact that, he looked a little bit shaky earlier, didn't he? With that, when Martinelli put him under pressure. And maybe that rattled him a little bit. And he's just made a terrible, terrible mistake. Terry says Lacazette is still the only player to score. Well, the only Arsenal player to score at Spurs, yeah. Indeed, he is at their new stadium. But we don't care about that in a minute. Rajendra says Eddie made sure after it passed line. Yeah, I mean, it was already in. Quite what Lloris was thinking there, I do not know. But anyway, we'll take it all day long. We don't mind own goals. That they are totally fine. They're all goals, aren't they? As long as they go in the right net, we're not bothered. And it is got in the right net. Arsenal winning. Long ball over Tottenham looking to try to get back into it here. That's a good touch actually inside the area again by Sessegnon, who's certainly playing well. Son in the box, good save from Ramsdale. That's Tottenham's best moment of the game. He was onside as well actually. Son, that would have counted. What a big save that was actually from Ramsdale. Just as Tottenham are looking to get themselves back level again. We've only been in front for a couple of minutes. That was a big save that from Ramsdale, from Son, who was onside. By the look of it, the flag never went up. And I think he was onside. I think that would have counted. So really good save. That was from Ramsdale. Nathan there says good save. It was indeed a very important save as well. Because if Tottenham were to get level so soon, having gone behind, I think that could have really thrown us. But that was a really good save. Anyway, Tottenham are still coming forward now. The ball over on that far side. Matt Doherty in possession. Tries to play the ball up the line to Kulusevski. But it's good defending there from Zinchenko. It will be a throw to Arsenal. Is it a throw to Arsenal? That was really good defending if it was. But this is that moment again there. It was Sessegnon getting inside. He did really well actually, Sessegnon. Lovely little reverse ball. Yes, Son was onside. It would have counted, and it was a very good save. It was Kulusevski was offside, but he let the ball run. A bit similar to what happened yesterday in the Manchester derby, of course, when Manchester United scored a goal when Rashford was clearly offside. Shouldn't have counted, but that one would have been fine. So it was a really important save. We've just allowing Tottenham just to come back into this, actually. Since we scored, we've just dropped off a little bit. Tottenham have had all the possession, and they've had that big chance as well to get themselves level. But Arsenal now coming forward over on that far side. Zinchenko plays it square to Thomas Partey. And it is still Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1, which is great stuff, isn't it? Anyway, over on that far side, Gabriel Martinelli is going to run at Matt Doherty. He does run at Matt Doherty, but good defending actually from Doherty there. He did pretty well, and Tottenham can get possession. Højbjerg in midfield plays out to that far side to Kulusevski, but now the ball is back with Hugo Lloris. This time it's Eddie Nketiah putting him under pressure, but he does okay this time. Gets the ball up his near side to Ryan Sessegnon, but Ben White was in quickly, and surely that's a foul on Eddie Nketiah. In fact, the referee says no, we play on. The ball's fell to Bukayo Saka on this near side. He keeps it in. Bukayo Saka plays it into the box. Eddie Nketiah tries to put it back across the box. It's cleared away by Højbjerg, I think it was. But Arsenal still in possession. Martin Ødegaard on the edge of the penalty area plays it back to Thomas Partey. Oh, that's a poor ball from Partey. Managed to get away with that though, as Gabriel steps in. Partey again in possession, finds Martin Ødegaard. He's looking to try and ping that ball out to the far side. He finds Zinchenko. Cuts inside at the Ukrainian, finds Thomas Partey. Arsenal just slowing the play down a little bit. That was a big chance there, actually. Eddie's ball pulled back from at the near side, and it was cleared away inside the 6-yard box by, I think actually might have been Eric Dyer in the end that cleared that away, but that would have been another opportunity for Arsenal. John's in the chat. He says, "Hi Richard, how are you and the missus? Just tuned in to see it's 1-0. Who scored?" It was actually an own goal from Hugo Lloris. It was a cross from Bukayo Saka from the near side, Arsenal's right, and Lloris basically just palmed it into his own net, which was nice of him, wasn't it? But good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, John. Yeah, we're all fine, and Happy New Year to you. I'm not sure if I've spoke to you actually since New Year, but Happy New Year to you. And it will certainly be a Happy New Year if Arsenal can get the win here today. We are 1-0 up. Hugo Lloris own goal, which makes it almost better, doesn't it, in a way? But anyway, Son now under a bit of pressure plays the ball back to Eric Dyer, plays it forward into midfield to Højbjerg, who's doing well to hold off Martin Ødegaard. He does find Son. Tottenham just starting to not really get into the game, but they've certainly done better since we scored. They're coming forward again over on that far side with Matt Doherty very high up the pitch. Plays it square to Sarr. Højbjerg's got a little bit of space. He's got a few goals this season, Højbjerg. He does try a shot from distance, but it strikes Thomas Partey, and it's going to fall over on that far side to Gabriel Martinelli, and he finds Zinchenko. Arsenal certainly looking fairly comfortable at this point, you have to say. John says, I was just listening to them saying Lloris is a liability at the moment. Well, he certainly was with that goal. He looked a little bit shaky just before that as well, with a clearance that we almost scored from. Anyway, Saka now again on his right-hand side. It was his cross, of course, that led to the own goal. Martin Ødegaard got a little bit of space, tries a shot. Oh, that's a better save, though, from Lloris. It was on target. It was going in. And this time, Lloris got his hands to the ball and pushed it round the post. A little bit of space there, Martin Ødegaard. Good shot, good strike. It was on target, but a comfortable save, really, for the goalkeeper, even though his confidence will be low at the minute following that mistake he made. He got across well there. Mark C says, we've slackened off a bit. We need to pick up the intensity level. Yeah, I mean, since the goal, we did drop slightly, but, we've got a corner now following that effort there. Bukayo Saka's with it. We still look pretty much in control at this moment, actually. Which is good to see. Midway through this first half, Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1. That own goal from Lloris. The corner comes into the far post. Oh, it's going to be Eddie Nketiah attacking that with a good defensive header, actually. I think, it was Matt Doherty, actually, with that defensive header there for Spurs. Did well, the Irishman. But it is a throw to Arsenal over on that far side, which Thomas Partey is going to come across to take his long throw, of course, which so far hasn't really produced an awful lot in the last 3 or 4 games he's been taking it, but who knows, maybe this is the moment. Thomas Partey with a long throw, going to be in at the near post. Gabriel's in there to try and flick it on. Eddie's in there as well. It's a good throw, actually, towards the end of the 6-yard box. It's headed out by Harry Kane, comes back to Thomas Partey over on that far side, drills across towards the near post, headed out again by Harry Kane, doing his defensive duties. The ball played back into the box. Gabriel Martinelli was offside, but we didn't get the ball anyway. Ben White now in possession, plays it forward, looking for Saka, but Tottenham do pick it up with Son, and he's run that out of play. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. John says a win here will be so satisfying, especially with results yesterday in Newcastle winning. Yeah, I mean, we'll go 8 points clear again. We had that big lead, didn't we, just at New Year, and we've got the opportunity to get 8 points clear at the top, which is incredible, isn't it? Or is it 9 points we'll go clear? I'm not quite sure now. Anyway, we're going to go quite a long way clear if we win. Anyway, Bukayo Saka now on his near side for Arsenal again. And again, whips across him with his right foot to the far post. Oh, cross back in from Martinelli. Eddie was looking for the header. Good defending by Eric Dyer. Shot comes in from distance. He's hit the post. Thomas Partey from 30 yards. Volley there. What a goal that would have been. Come back off the post. Incredible stuff there from Thomas Partey. Arsenal piling on the pressure here, looking like we need to take this chances though to get the second goal. That volley there from Thomas Partey beat Lloris, all ends up hitting a post. Incredible. John says at 8 points with a game in hand. Will we have a game in hand? No, this is our game in hand, isn't it? On Man City, is it not? Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's just win the game. We'll worry about the points after. We'll be well clear at the top. Mark C says we should use the long throw, flick on from the George Graham off, and yeah, we should. Yeah, that's what we should try and do. It used to work, didn't it? Nathan says what a hit it was, wasn't it? What a great volley that was from distance there. Beat the keeper, all ends up, bounce back off the post, and now we've got a little bit of injury problem with Bukayo Saka on this near side. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. But that was quite a high challenge actually there from Sessegnon. He didn't get a lot on the ball either. Didn't like look at that actually. But anyway, I don't even think he got booked, did he, for that, Ryan Sessegnon. But anyway, he's given Arsenal a free kick in a very dangerous area. Man City is game in hand, I think. Well, yeah, it won't be a game in hand on Man City, will it? Because we're playing them. I think we've got a game in hand on Newcastle, haven't we? And Newcastle's second now then. Did they move up to second today with that win? They must have done. Anyway, Arsenal got a free kick over on at least near side following that foul on Bukayo Saka. Mark says that should be a booking. Yeah, it should have been a booking. Anyway, Martin Odegaard, let's get the right punishment with a goal. That free kick that was headed out. Arsenal pick up the ball again. Martin Odegaard does find Bukayo Saka. Son there. Surely that's a foul, is it? Nathan says, oh, third. Yeah, we're third. Okay. I thought, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you went above Man United, didn't you, by winning? That was right, because Man United went above you yesterday. So yeah, it's certainly getting tight in that top four, isn't it? A Man City, Man United, Newcastle. Well, what is there? Just a point between the three of you, I think, isn't it? Really, really tight. So that's why to get these 3 points today for Arsenal will be so important to give us a bit more breathing space for those three chasing those top four places. And so far, so good. 26.5 minutes played. It is Tottenham the Arsenal 1. That own goal. Rajendra says a game in hand on Newcastle. Yeah, I'm Newcastle. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we just need to win this game, and we don't need to worry then, do we, about the points and everything of games in hand. We just win our games, and that's all we need to do. Anyway, Højbjerg then plays out to that far side to Matt Doherty. He lines up across. Instead, plays it back to Højbjerg, and that's with Eric Dyer inside the centre circle. Tottenham in possession still. Højbjerg again looking to find a forward pass. Harry Kane drops in to pick the ball up, plays it again to Doherty over on that far side. Harry Kane gets it back. He's very wide over on that far side, tries to get across it. It's blocked by Granit Xhaka, but only falls to Højbjerg again. Now it's with Sarr in midfield, plays it to this near side to Longjay. Can he get a cross in? He does get a cross in, but it's easily headed away by William Saliba. Although Eddie Nketiah was caught in possession, the ball comes back to Sarr, plays it up this near side again to Sessegnon. Sarr gets it back again, and now it's with Sessegnon's done well actually. Skips past Bukayo Saka. Ryan Sessegnon, good tackle though from Eddie Nketiah, doing his defensive duties for the team. It is going to be a throw to Tottenham though, in line with Arsenal's penalty area, which Ryan Sessegnon's going to take. Throws it back to Longjay on this near side, plays it square to Højbjerg, just touches it off to Eric Dyer. This is the best spell of possession Tottenham have had actually in this game, but we do force them all the way back to Lloris. John says there, put Tottenham's worth in. I'm glad the money wasn't spent on Mudryk. He never intended signing for Arsenal, and he said he's delighted going to a big club like Tottenham. Yeah, I'm delighted we didn't spend the money on him, because I think it's too much money for a player that wasn't what we need right now. I'm not saying he's not going to be a good player. I'm sure he will be, but we need more experienced people to pad the squad out. We don't, and certainly not in that position. We're coming forward again. Bukayo Saka inside the Tottenham penalty area. He's held up though well by Longjay, but he manages to get a cross in, but it's headed out by Romero. And Tottenham do complete the clearance. Paul says there, as a Newcastle fan, we have no illusions of winning the league. We're just hoping to gather into Europe. Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the way this season's panning out, you know, if Man City are in the title race, if Man United are so-called in the title race, there's no reason why Newcastle are as well, you know. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I still don't see Arsenal as being winning the league. Top four is where we want to be. And at this moment in time, that's looking really good, isn't it? But obviously, we've got a great chance now. The position that we're in, the way that we're playing, the form that we're in, and we just need to strengthen that squad. John says there, and Newcastle in the mix to win Premier League has played so well, and Arsenal still have to get a time. So yeah, we do. We've got some really tough games, haven't we? Including this one, which, although Tottenham look an absolute shambles at this moment in time, no doubt they'll get a penalty later on and see what happens. Anyway, Saka plays that ball in, good defending by Eric Dyer, but again, Tottenham can't really get it out of their own half. Mark C says that there are other areas of the squad we should strengthen. We 100% agree with that. There is a few other areas. John says that exactly could buy at least 3 Premier League experience players. Yeah, that's exactly what we could and what we should be doing. If we want to be serious about winning the league, even getting in the top 4, we need some experienced Premier League players to come into the squad. And I think we should be looking at players 27, 28, that sort of age bracket that can help get us over the line. No good keep buying all these kids, just not what we need at this moment. In the summer, yeah, buy a couple more younger players, exactly, that'd be great. But now in January, in the position that we're in, look at our squad, we need to pad it out. John says there, Kane or Son will take a dive and a VAR will give it. Yeah, you're probably right, let's be honest. But so far they've barely been in our penalty area, apart from that one chance from Son that Ramsdale made a really good save. They've not even been in a penalty, have they? So far, so good. We're not really having to worry too much, are we, about a penalty for Tottenham, because they'll need to get in our penalty area to be able to do that. And so far, they can't even get out of their own half. Gabriel now bringing it forward for Arsenal, plays out to that far side to Gabriel Martinelli. He's faced by Matt Doherty, so plays it back instead to Zinchenko. 31 minutes played. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1. That own goal from Hugo Lloris after, what was it, 15 minutes or so, wasn't it, that goal? Very strange goal, but we'll take it. Bukayo Saka it was his cross that led to that goal. But Ryan Sessegnon has done well against him again, actually. Won the ball back for Tottenham, and they're trying to play it forward themselves. But again, Arsenal have won the ball back high up the pitch. This has been a very good feature of this for Arsenal with Eddie Nketiah now. Surely that's a foul again on Eddie Nketiah. I think it was Romero with it. And it's going to be another free kick to Arsenal, again in a very dangerous position as well. An opportunity to get a second goal. You do feel we're going to need a second goal. The longer this game goes on at 1-0, it's going to get very nervy, isn't it? We saw the women earlier. The same problem, really. We played well, 1-0 up, deserved to be 1-0 up. And in the end, conceded a late goal. Let's hope that tonight we can get that second goal. If you're enjoying the show, please give it a like. It is free. It does help the channel. And also, if you are new here, please consider subscribing as well, because why not? It's free, it helps the channel, and we're top of the league. Anyway, it is now going to be a free kick with Martin Odegaard, very similar to the last position for the last one. Again, the ball's a good ball. Again, it's a good defensive header from Tottenham. That was from Eric Dyer. Put back in again, and Lloris comes and claims that and looks for an early kick forward, actually looking for the run here of Kulusevski. He's trying to keep this in. Does he keep it in on his near side? No, he doesn't. Surely that went out. It did go out. It's going to be a throw in to Arsenal on this near side. John says there, 100% correct. Sign Trossard, Zaha, Tielemans or Maddison. We keep saying it, great mix of experience. But exactly, yeah. We just need players, I think Trossard could be a good player. I just want players that have got experience, they're at right age, that can come in and help us get over the line when it's going to really matter later in the season. So, but we'll see. Still 2 weeks left. Let's not panic yet. There's still plenty of time. Rajendra says Eddie fouled again. Yeah, he's been fouled 3 or 4 times, hasn't he? But those free kicks we're not quite managing to create a big opportunity from them yet, are we? So that's something that we need to look at, because we've had some good opportunities. Another mistake from Thomas Partey in midfield. Actually, Sarr does well, but then he concedes a foul on Granit Xhaka. But that's what you want, Thomas Partey makes a mistake there, gives the ball away. Granit Xhaka's in to win it back. That's what you need your midfield pairing to do, don't you? Cover for each other. And they just gave each other high fives there as well. And Arsenal certainly looking in control of this North London derby. It's probably the best first half we've played it away at Tottenham for quite a number of years, actually. It's Arsenal taking the game to Tottenham. It's generally been the other way. Martinelli's just been fouled, and a yellow card to Kulusevski there, the first yellow card of the game. Martinelli's gone down there. It was a late challenge. And it was Romero actually that made the foul. So it must be Romero that's got the yellow card, which is quite ironic, isn't it? Seeing as he was trying to flash at some imaginary yellow cards earlier on, and now he's got one himself. That'll teach you, mate. You might have won the World Cup, but you can't get away with that nonsense here. And it is Romero with the yellow card, not Kulishevsky. So he's going to have to be a little bit more careful, isn't he? Romero now having on a yellow card. That tightrope, that disciplinary tightrope, which a lot of players do have to go, especially in these derbies. That ball's gone through. Is it going to reach Eddie Nketiah? No, it isn't. Lloris is out. And it's a yellow card for Romero. Nathan says he loves a yellow Romero. Yeah, he does. And he likes waving them about to give them to other people as well. But anyway, he's got one himself, which is a shame, isn't it? Anyway, Saka now a little bit of space down this near side. This is where the goal came from. This time he plays it square to Martin Ødegaard. He's going to try a shot from distance. Oh, it's in the bottom corner. What a goal that is, Martin Ødegaard. It's 2-0. We've got the second goal. And surely that's going to seal this victory. Tottenham don't look like getting back in this game at all. So Saka's technically got 2 assists, although the first one won't count as an assist with it. But it was Saka's ball inside. Martin Ødegaard at the space. And from the, 25 yards out? That is a really good strike, actually. Arsenal dealt with that long ball forward. Good football it was. Saka with a little bit of space on this near side, cut in. Martin Ødegaard took a touch of his left foot from a very central position, drilled it in that bottom corner. What a great finish that is. Bang, right in that bottom corner. Lloris couldn't do anything about that one. It's gone flying past him there. Grinner for Life says, boom, indeed, boom. Lovely stuff. Mark's in the chat, he says, I prayed the other day that we would get some luck. The own goal. I woke up this morning at 5:30 a.m. right on kickoff. Amen. Well, there you go. Maybe it's you that's brought us some luck then. Martinelli needs to run at Romero in one-on-ones at every opportunity. Now, indeed, he does. Nathan says, lovely finish. Indeed, it was a lovely finish. Terry says, 2-0. Paul says, yes, it was a great goal, actually. And Nathan says, making easy work. As we are, actually. We're making easy work of it. Let's just remember that in recent games, Tottenham have a habit of coming back from 2-0 down. They've done it a few times, haven't they? They did it away at Brentford a few weeks ago. They did it away at Southampton, I think it was. Yes, we shouldn't be worried. We are a lot better team than them, but let's just be careful just for a while. You know, the next goal is going to be massive, isn't it? We have played 37 minutes. Mark C says, Ødegaard had a look up and picked his spot. That's a class finish. It was a very good finish indeed from Martin Ødegaard, the captain. It does a captain's job there, doesn't he? Drilling that ball into that bottom corner. Great stuff from him. Rajendra says that was a great goal. Indeed, it was a really, really good strike from 25 yards right in that bottom corner. A really good finish with his left foot. We know how good that left foot can be. And it was certainly on fire then, wasn't it? Nathan says they are a second half team, but Arsenal is a huge step up in opposition. Yeah, no, it is. And it would be a disaster now if from this position we don't go on to win this game. But I say let's just keep calm just for the moment, because you know we've seen Tottenham do it before. We have seen them do it before. Anyway, Arsenal now coming forward. Ben White on this near side. Can Arsenal, if Arsenal get the next goal, that is it, definitely, isn't it? 3-0, that's good night. Tottenham, you have to say, we've been so in control of this game. It's been ridiculous. Tottenham have been very poor, to be honest. But anyway, we can only beat what's in front of us. And we've produced a really good performance so far. 38 minutes played. Zinchenko now coming forward for Arsenal. Tried to thread the ball through to Saka, but Sessegnon's there. And manages to shuffle the ball back to goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Just put the shots on the screen there. 2 to Tottenham, 8 for Arsenal. And on target, 1 for Tottenham and 3 for Arsenal. So we scored 2 of our 3 shots on target. The other one was that Eddie Nketiah one, wasn't it? And of course, Tottenham shot on target was the Son one. The 2 good saves. Actually, no, Arsenal had another effort, didn't they? That shot. Oh, of course, they won't consider the own goal as a shot on target, will they? That's why, because there was one that he made a save, didn't he? Was it Ødegaard's shot? Was saved, wasn't it, earlier on? Rajendra said, I was conservative, 5-0 to the Arsenal. Well, yeah, I mean, it could still be, couldn't it, the way things are going. Anyway, Tottenham are coming forward now. Kulishevsky over on that far side Plays the ball back to Doherty, in to Sarr. Arsenal again deal with that pretty comfortably, actually. Zinchenko now in possession. And this is as comfortable a derby performance, a derby victory, as you could wish for, really. So comfortable, it's ridiculous. Mark C says, I like your thinking, Rajendra. Yeah, indeed, we like his thinking, but let's not get too carried away quite yet. So there's still a long way to go in this game. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. It is Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2, and it's been as comfortable a first half that we've had away at Tottenham for many, many years. Very similar to the old days of Thierry Henry, when we used to go every year and win comfortably. Well, not to this particular stadium, but certainly to Tottenham away. Anyway, Bukayo Saka now, Arsenal looking for more goals. Ben White's gone on the outside. Saka cuts inside, and he was fouled there by, was it Leggett there? This is a dangerous free kick, actually, right on the edge of the Tottenham penalty area in his last 5 minutes of the first half. Saka just running and running at Tottenham. It was Lenglet who committed that foul there, right on the edge of the penalty area. This is a big, big chance for Arsenal to get a third goal just before half time. Saka's been fouled quite a few times in this game so far, but he won't mind too much about that, will he? Greener for Life says there, the toilet bowl stadium, indeed it is a toilet bowl, and it's quite fitting that Tottenham are playing so badly in it. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal, just on the edge of the area, just over on this near side, Arsenal's right. Hugo Lloris lining up his wall. This is an opportunity for Arsenal to get a third goal, and this is within shooting range, actually, certainly for someone of Martin Odegaard's quality, and he's already scored one. He'll be looking for another one. There's definitely a gap there. If he can bend it around that wall into that far corner, this could be a great opportunity. Mark C says there, Saka must be the most foul player in the league. He probably is. We'll have to look at some stats for that. I know Jack Grealish was a few years ago, wasn't he? But Saka must be up there. Anyway, this is an opportunity for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard's going to take this free kick, and I've certainly seen him score from these positions before. Can he do this? His left foot curls it into the wall, though, instead. Good defending from Tottenham, as it turned out. He didn't maybe get the right connection on that, did he, Martin Odegaard? But anyway, we shall see. Paul says there, yous were a knocking bet today. I couldn't believe you were even money. Well, it's just because they've had poor record here as well, isn't it? You've got to remember. Anyway, the ball now played back from Harry Kane. It's going to go. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Tottenham are all over the place. Tom says there, he only does it against small clubs. Exactly, he's done it against another small club, Martin Odegaard, as he tends to do. He doesn't score against a big team. He just scores against the crap little teams, doesn't he? As he's done again. 8 of them this season. He's got 8 goals this season. Bargab says there, get in, let's go indeed. We're nearly half time, 2.5 minutes to play in this first half. It is Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2, and really it's as comfortable. It's as comfortable as it could be, let's be honest. Absolutely comfortable. This is probably the worst Tottenham team I can remember seeing for a very long time. You know, the ball played into the box, cleared away by Eric Dyer. And dire is a good way to describe this Tottenham team, isn't it? They are absolutely dire. And we are taking full advantage of their uselessness. And we just won the ball back again. In fact, we haven't. Gabriel there is giving us a free kick on that foul on Harry Kane. But of course, anyone who tackles Harry Kane, it's always going to be a foul, isn't it? Let's be honest. He wants to take the free kick quickly. And the referee didn't like it, Craig Paulson. So Tottenham are going to have to take this free kick again. And we're into the last minute and a half of this first half. It couldn't really got any better, could it? Let's be honest. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. Very, very comfortable for Arsenal. And let's hope that we can continue this. But I say the next goal in this game could prove to be really, really important, because I say Tottenham have got a habit of coming back from 2-0 down. And we mustn't get too too cocky maybe, because of how well we are, how well we've played and how well in control we are. I say one goal could change this game completely, but Tottenham certainly don't look like getting one there, let's be honest. We've been in total and utter control of this game, and it is really, really good to see. Anyway, it's another free kick for a foul on Bukayo Saka. The Arsenal fans obviously loving this over in that far corner. It's been a long wait for a win here at Tottenham, but we are, well, 45 minutes still to play. But anyway, so far so good for definite. Mark C says, "Hi guys, need to think smart now. Don't be giving away daft fouls on free kicks." Exactly, yeah. I just think the next goal is so important, isn't it? If Tottenham do get one and pull it back, then it changes the whole game, doesn't it? But Arsenal coming forward again just in the final minute of the first half. Can we get the third goal, which would seal it? Gunny for Life says they couldn't come back against Liverpool or Villa at home. No, they couldn't. They've done it. They have done it, though. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they do it every single time, but they have shown they can do it. So we just need to be careful, keep, be sensible about it, and just be professional, and then we'll definitely win this game. Anyway, Tottenham now are in possession. We're going to have 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Sarr was brushed off the ball by Ødegaard. Lucky to get a free kick there, actually. Sarr turned into trouble. Ødegaard there. Well, yeah, it was a foul. He did push him out of the way. But yeah, he turned into trouble. I don't know what Ødegaard's moaning about there. He didn't even look at the ball, looked at the player, pushed him out of the way, and then had an easy opportunity to get the ball. Anyway, we are into the final 90 seconds. There's been another foul on Saka, but Ben White brings the ball forward. And Arsenal still in possession, so we're going to continue to play. Saka's gone down again, holding the back of his left leg. It's going to be a yellow card, actually. Craig Paulson saw that foul. He's had enough, and he's got his yellow card out. It was on Sessegnon, who's fouled Saka a couple of times. He went straight through the back of him there, and he's got himself a yellow card, Ryan Sessegnon. He's had an okay game against Saka, but he's fouled him so many times. In the end, you can't keep doing that. Terry says there, Harry Kane's our leader. No wonder England and Spurs don't win nothing. Incoming dives for the second half. Yeah, I'm sure they will be. Anyway, Tottenham give the ball back to Arsenal because the play was stopped due to that foul there, the yellow card. Ramsdale with the ball now, plays up this near side looking for Ben White. A lot of space to run into. Ben White plays it forward to Saka. Saka tries to knock it past the defender, but he's caught the second time by Sarr. That's a good tackle in midfield. Ødegaard trying to get the ball forward again. And Tottenham, they do manage to tidy it up. We are now into the final 20 seconds of this first half. It's been a very, very good first half from Arsenal. Ball over the top, though, looking for Harry Kane, but he can't get under control. Thomas Partey pinches the ball off him. And then Højbjerg actually puts Zinchenko under pressure, wins the ball off him. This is the final few moments of this first half. Across comes in Harry Kane ahead. Another good save from Ramsdale at the near post. How important might that prove to be? If Tottenham had scored right at the end of this first half, it would have made totally different complexion on this game. A good cross actually from Højbjerg. Good run from Harry Kane. He was onside in between two Arsenal defenders. He got the header on target. Had it been slightly more over to the left-hand side, it may well have gone in, but in the end it was straight at Ramsdale, who's shuffled it behind it. It's a corner over to Tottenham as we finish this first half. Tottenham's corner into the near post. Arsenal don't really do it. It comes back to Højbjerg again, and that shot's gone wide, and that will be that for the end of the first half. Højbjerg's gone down holding his ankle. Not quite sure what happened there. Anyway, Højbjerg's gone down. That shot went wide. I think he's trying to get a penalty, Højbjerg, but I don't think he's going to get one. In fact, I think that may be the end of this first half, actually. That ball came out to Højbjerg then, and it was after the ball, actually. Saliba turned his back on him, actually. If VAR were looking at this might be trouble for Arsenal. But, anyway, I think the half-time whistle may well have gone. In fact, it has gone. It is half-time. It is Tottenham nil Arsenal 2. Well, it wasn't too bad, was it? Pretty comfortable for Arsenal. It was the first goal was an own goal from Hugo Lloris, a cross from Bukayo Saka from the right hand side, and Lloris palmed it into his own net at the near post. And then the second goal, well, the first goal may well have been very, very scrappy. The second goal was pure quality. Saka found Ødegaard 25 yards out, looked up and found the bottom corner with his left foot. A fantastic goal. And it is Tottenham nil Arsenal 2. And as things stand, it is nice and comfortable for Arsenal. Tottenham did have two big chances though in that first half. Son had an opportunity when it was 1-0. Good save from Ramsdale. And right at the end of that half there, Harry Kane's header was on target. And again, it was a decent save from Ramsdale. And Yeah, it is 2-0, but it just goes to show we've still got to be careful. I say a goal for Tottenham and things may well change. We'll see. Rajandra says that ever since I was a supporter of Arsenal in the 1970s, Spurs have not won the league. No, they haven't. So I don't consider them our competitor. So I don't consider them a threat. No, although we haven't finished above them in the league for a while. Not that that's that important when they haven't won anything, have they? But no, I don't really consider them a threat either. But obviously they're our local rivals, aren't they? And we have to beat them because that's what you have to do. Mark says there that chance came about because we dilly-dallied about a bit in midfield. Yeah, that's what I mean. We've got to keep professional in this game, haven't we? Terry says no, not a pen. It wasn't a pen, but you know, you've seen him given. I must admit, it was a silly challenge from Slee. We didn't need to do it, did he? Terry says, good first half. Must have been it flew past. It did fly past. You're right. It was brilliant. Nathan says, Spurs are awful, but full credit to Arsenal. You have pressed well and stopped them from playing a very comfortable first half. Yeah, I mean, Tottenham are terrible. There's no doubt about that. And this is, as I said earlier, the worst Tottenham team I've seen for a very, very long time. But they do have a habit of making comebacks, don't they? So it's not over this game. And I think the next goal could well be the goal that decides things or makes a big difference. If we get it, it's over and done with, isn't it? 3-0, Tottenham aren't coming back from that. But 2-1, you never know. But it's certainly as comfortable a North London derby away from home that we've had for a very, very long time. In fact, I can't even remember the last time we were this comfortable away at Tottenham, to be honest. I can't even remember. So, yeah, brilliant stuff from Arsenal. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. Well, who would have predicted that, eh? So maybe we didn't need Modric anyway, did we? So there you go. He'll be pleased he made that choice, won't he? Anyway, there were obviously some Premier League games earlier on today, as I'm sure you're aware. And this is how they finished. Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 0. It was Kai Havertz with the goal there. And I say Newcastle beat Fulham 1-0, a last-minute goal from Alexander Isak. And that was after Mitrovic's penalty. He did score it, but it kind of came off. He kicked it twice as he slipped, and that was disallowed. And that was when it was 0-0. And then Newcastle went up the other end and won it 1-0. So, and as we know, Arsenal 2-0 up here. So as the table stands at the moment, Arsenal played 18. We will have 47 points if we do win this game, which looks likely. Man City are second, played 18. They've got 39. Newcastle are third, played 19, got 38. Manchester United are fourth, played 18. They've also got 38. Very tight, is it? 1 point between second, third, and fourth. Amazing, really. Tottenham are still fifth. They've played 19. Well, they would have played 19. They've currently got 33 points. Fulham are sixth. They've played 20, got 31. So that was a big result for them today, wasn't it? If they'd won that game, they would have been fifth for them. Incredible. Brighton are seventh. They're going well, aren't they? They're on 30 points from 18. Brentford are eighth. They're going well as well. 29 points from 19 for them. We haven't mentioned Liverpool yet, have we? And we've got down to eighth. Liverpool are, in fact, ninth. They've got 28 points from 18. Chelsea are 10th. They've got 28 points from 19 now. And it's Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Leicester, Wolves, Bournemouth, West Ham, Everton and Southampton. And there's actually only 2 points between Leeds in 14th and Southampton in 20th. Incredible. The relegation battle is going to be pretty tight, isn't it? So that's how things stand in the Premier League. But here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the result that we care about, Spurs 0, Arsenal 2. And we've got a comment in there, Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Indeed they do. So it's probably a good time for this.
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go.
So yeah, they do, and they are today. Regenda says, I don't even hate Spurs. The move to Highbury was to get lots of crowds at Arsenal matches, and it worked. Yeah, it did, yeah. To be fair, Fulham played well today. Unlucky not to get a point. To be fair, I think Fulham are a decent side, actually. They played well against us at the Emirates. We were 1-0 down. I think that was the game we were 1-0 down and came back and managed to beat them in the end. But yeah, they're a decent side. You have to say, Fulham are a decent side. They're doing well. And a couple of laughing emojis there from my little video I put together. I'll put that together when we beat them the first time round. So we'll be definitely playing that again later on this evening, should this game stay the way it does. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting season this season, isn't it? It's so many results that you wouldn't expect, and you know, teams like Fulham, Brighton, Brentford, all doing a lot better than anybody would have predicted at the start of the season. While you've got Liverpool and Chelsea are struggling, but what it does mean is there are opportunities in the top four, because two of the teams that would usually finish in the top four, Liverpool and Chelsea, are probably not going to this season, looking at the way things have gone so far. So who's going to take their place? Obviously, Arsenal look massive favourites. And at this moment in time, you'd say Newcastle. I still believe the top four, as it stands at the moment, the four teams in the top four at the moment, not necessarily in the order that they're in, we'll see. But Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Man United, I think that will be the top four at the end of the season. What I've seen so far this season, I think they have been the best four teams. And yeah, there's still a long way to go, of course. And, you know, we can't, you know, predict it too much yet, but I would say certainly at this moment in time, I would say those four teams are probably going to be in the top four. There seems to be a little gap building up as well, doesn't there, just below that four as well, which is good news for us, because I mean we've got such an advantage, and in a way that's what concerns me slightly, because we've got such an advantage in terms of the top four that, you know, the club might look at it and think, you know what, we don't need to spend in January. We're going to get in the top four anyway. And is that the ambition that the club have got? And yes, to be fair, at the start of the season, I think all of us Arsenal fans would have took the top four. After what happened at the end of last season, I think without a doubt we would have been more than happy with getting in the top four, and still we would, because that's got to be what the aim should be. But now the position's changed so much, hasn't it? You know, and we are now challenging for that title, and we need to get that over the line. You know, yes, the top four is important, but winning trophies is what we do at Arsenal, and that's what we need to focus on. Phil's in the chat here, my friend. He says, "I'd still like to see some new players in this month." Yeah, exactly. Maybe Chelsea won't hijack us again. Well, we'll see. No, we need some players. There's no doubt. We've got a very good first 11. But look at the bench. We haven't got too many players who can come on and change the game, have we? I say Smith Rowe's probably the only one, and that's not enough, is it? That is not enough. So, yeah, I want to see us get some more players in the window, and we need to do that. And if we do, we'll have a hell of a chance. Arsenal will win the league. Well, let's hope that Arsenal do win the league. A long way to go yet, and there's still a lot of work to do. But the way things are going at the moment, we've got to be confident, haven't we? There's no doubt about that. But let's get this second half out of the way first. Still, a lot of things can go wrong. I'm not taking too much for granted. Don't forget, give it a like, please, if you are enjoying the coverage that we're bringing in today. And also, as well, please consider subscribing as well if you are new here, because, you know, we like to keep you entertained, and if you enjoy what we do, please join us. Rajendra says there, the three teams I don't like are Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United. Well, yeah, can't really argue with that. I think none of us particularly like any of those three, do we? I must admit, I've always looked upon Tottenham as an inconvenience, really. They've never been really challenging us for trophies, have they? Let's be honest. And we've always been much bigger and better than them as a club. So, I mean, I personally believe that Tottenham fans have got a far stronger, deeper dislike of Arsenal than the other way around, because we're everything that they wanted to be. You know, we've won lots of trophies, league titles, and you know, we had the new stadium long before they did. We've had the support and everything else, and we are what Tottenham have always wanted to be. So, of course, they dislike us a lot more. We've got no real reason to dislike them, because what have they got that we would want? Nothing. There's nothing about Tottenham that I wish we had. And that's always been the case. And even when I first started watching football, sort of late 70s, early 80s, you know, Tottenham won a couple of FA Cups. They were better than us at that particular time. But even then, you could clearly see that Arsenal had the class and the tradition that Tottenham didn't really have. And obviously since then, we've got the trophies as well to go on top of it all. So, yeah, there's nothing that I've ever wanted that Tottenham have got that I wish we had. But the other way around, there's loads of things that we've got that Tottenham would want. Particularly our list of trophies, Premier Leagues, Football League titles, FA Cups. So yeah, that's the way it is for me. I think Chelsea, we've developed a much more deeper dislike of Chelsea for that very reason, because they've got European Cups. They've won a lot more trophies than we have over the last, 20 years. And they've become what we wish we had become, the invincible team that we had. At that point, I think all of us believed that we were going to push on. And that period of success that Chelsea had, which the Abramovich kind of time, that came straight after the Invincible, didn't it? And I think all of us expected the Invincible team to go on and have that sort of success that Chelsea had at that time. So, yeah, I think I dislike Chelsea for that reason, because they got the things that we should have got. Those 2 European Cups still really, really eat away at me. But overall, we've still got the much better history and tradition in Chelsea, and I wouldn't swap with them at all. Liverpool and Man United have got a history and tradition, obviously, of course they have, and they've got the trophies as well. But I feel that we're on a par with them, at least on a par with both of them 2 clubs. So, I don't sort of look and think, do we have, would I change us for anything any other club's got? No, not really. I quite enjoy the fact that we've got such a great history that we've got. I've experienced some amazing things supporting Arsenal. I've seen us win so many great trophies, so many great memories, so many great moments that we've seen. So yeah, I'm not particularly jealous of any other club. I don't know, a lot of clubs are jealous of us, so which is great, really, isn't it? Regenda says Liverpool because someone who bullied me at school supported them. Oh, that's not nice, is it? Chelsea for robbing our great players, Man U for their bad fouls, and the ref on their side. Well, that's all good reasons to dislike them 3 clubs. Nathan says, to be honest, I can't stand Everton fans. Did you see them harassing their own players? Yeah, I mean, I know Newcastle seem to have a problem with Everton, don't they? I've noticed. I'm not quite sure why particularly. I don't know. But yeah, I've noticed that Newcastle and Everton seem to have that little rivalry. And Aston Villa as well, I seem to have noticed as well. Newcastle and Aston Villa seem to have some sort of kind of problem, don't they? I mean, I did see that yesterday. Obviously, to be fair, I mean, I've got nothing for or against Everton particularly, but the club's in a mess, aren't they? They've been badly run, and they're in real danger of going down. And you can understand the fans' frustrations. I mean, they should be asking their own players. Like, to be fair, that ended pretty well, didn't it, with Yuri Mina yesterday? From what we saw, it seemed to end well. I mean, he had the courage to go out there and talk to them, which was pretty good of him, actually, because most players wouldn't have done that in that circumstance. So, I mean, massive credit to him, and I think the fans appreciated that as well. But yeah, Everton fans are very passionate about their club, aren't they? And clearly they've got problems there. Things aren't going well, and you can understand that to a certain degree. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, really? Nathan says that that's what happens when you spend money badly. Yeah, it is. Badly run club, Everton have been. And I kind of feel I feel for the fans, because, all of us are, that potentially could happen to any of our clubs, really, couldn't it? If the wrong people get involved or the wrong decisions are made. And, it's not the fans' fault, is it? Fans give a lot to clubs over the years, and you've got a vested interest in it, and you can understand the frustrations, really, but it's how you maybe deal with that, I suppose. Anyway, we are back out for the second half. Richarlison is warming up for Tottenham. He hasn't come on yet, actually, but he is warming up, and I'm sure it won't be long until we see him, another Brazilian, of course, on the pitch. There's a few already, and Arsenal out second, actually. Tottenham already out ready. I don't suppose there's much the manager can really say to him other than, play better. We've just got to keep our heads now. We've got to keep calm, not do anything silly, and not concede the next goal. And then if we do all of those things, we will win this game. and that will be happy days. Arsenal just doing a little huddle, pre-second half huddle. Tottenham are getting ready to kick off. Mark C says Romero and Sessegnon on yellow cards, we've got to put pressure on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what we need to do. And not that we need them to go down to 10 players to win, because we're so much in control of that game. But obviously, that would seal Tottenham's fate, wouldn't it? Anyway, the Tottenham are going to kick off this second half. It's going to be Højbjerg with taking the centre for Tottenham. And we are back off and underway here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. And that long ball there just goes out over on that far side. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Let's see if we can add to that first half goal tally, and let's see if we can professionally manage this game now. That's what it's about, isn't it? We don't have to do anything silly. We don't have to take risks. We just need to keep our heads and see this game through, and we'll come away with a very important and very impressive victory, which is good. Terry says, come on, you Gunners, indeed. Come on, you Gunners. Arsenal won the ball high up the pitch early on in the second half, but Tottenham in possession now. Sessegnon over on that far side has won a throw of Ben White. Tottenham need a good start to the second half, don't they, if they're going to find a way back? And I say we just need to keep our shape, keep our heads, and we will be fine. Zinchenko there wins that header, and now Arsenal can come forward up this near side with Gabriel Martinelli, but Romero's there. The two South Americans together there. Argentina against Brazil. That's a big rivalry as well, isn't it? Obviously, this is a derby, but obviously Argentina-Brazil is a big derby as well, isn't it? I'm sure those two have come up against each other a few times there. Anyway, Tottenham are coming forward now at the start of the second half. Harry Kane tried to play the ball into the box there. Good block from Granit Xhaka, who's got the ball again from Martin Ødegaard. Plays it back to Zinchenko, who takes a bit of a risk there, but does well actually. Goes past Kulusevski. Plays the ball forward to Granit Xhaka, who's done well actually. Now Arsenal can get the ball moving over on that far side. Ben White finds Bukayo Saka. Again, he's got Sessegnon ahead of him. He needs to run at Sessegnon, doesn't he? Instead, he plays it forward to Ben White. Gets it back again. Bukayo Saka plays it in towards the penalty. Eddie Nketiah holds it out well. Saka again inside the box. Oh, tried to flick it through to Eddie. Good at defending, though. That's what was from Eric Dyer. But Arsenal still in possession over on that far side. Ben White plays the ball back to Thomas Partey, in it to Martin Ødegaard. Thomas Partey gets it back again and then plays it safe to Gabriel. Arsenal just settling down at the start of the second half. We've played 2 minutes in the second period. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. Those two first half goals of Hugo Lloris own goal and a Martin Ødegaard banger from 25 yards has put Arsenal well in control here in this game, and hopefully it's going to lead to a very good victory. Nearly a mistake at the back there, actually, from Lenglet, but he gets away with that. The ball does go back to Hugo Lloris. Tottenham have made a lot of defensive errors in this game, and we have made them pay. But they are in position now, trying to bring the ball forward. Played up this near side now to Sarr. Finds Doherty. Dinks the ball forward. Harry Kane's got a little bit of space. Lays it off to Kulusevski on this near side. Kulusevski into the box. Cuts into that foot. Shot curling just over the top, actually. That was a good effort. That's what we're going to have to watch from Kulusevski. He's not really been in the game much. Harry Kane, a little bit of space. Laid the ball off to the Swede. He cut inside Gabriel there. Curled a shot with his left foot just over the top. You know that's what he's going to do. He's always going to cut in on that left foot, isn't he, Kulusevski? He couldn't keep that shot down, thankfully, and it's gone over the bar. The last thing we really want is Tottenham to get a goal back early in this second half, because that would make a massive difference to the momentum swing in this game, which so far has completely been with Arsenal. And Martinelli now coming forward down this near side, Arsenal's left, trying to get away there from Romero. It is an Arsenal throw. Romero doesn't want to give the ball to Gabriel, but he's had to. It is a throw to Arsenal. Fred says there, speaking of hated clubs, I'm starting to hate Newcastle. They are becoming media darlings for no reason. Are they? I think the media don't really like Newcastle, do they? I'm not quite sure you call them media darlings, but anyway, we're going to start not liking them if they start challenging us for the trophies and stuff, aren't we? We're not going to like them. Mark says there, when Zink gets drawn out of position, we need to watch that. Yeah, we do. You're right. It happens a few times, but he likes to drift in, doesn't he? It does leave gaps in behind him. Another long throw from Thomas Partey, flicked on by Gabriel, but Tottenham just about managed to deal with that. and Martin Odegaard's there to stop the counter attack. Yeah, Zinchenko likes to. Well, I mean, it's part of the role he's asked to play as well, isn't it? He likes to drift inside and become an extra midfield player. But if he does lose the ball, if we do lose the ball, there tends to be a space in behind, doesn't there? Which Granit Xhaka likes to fill. Anyway, Kulusevski there plays it in to Harry Kane. Harry Kane shot on target. Good save from Ramsdale. And that's 2 opportunities now at the start of the second half for Tottenham. They're certainly posing us more questions now, aren't they, at the start of the second half? That was good play, actually. Again, it was Kulusevski that caused the problems there. It was Sarr won the ball. Nice turn from Kulusevski. A nice ball to Harry Kane. A shot on the turn. It was going in. It was on target. A good save again from Ramsdale. He's made 3 good saves now, actually. But it is a corner to Tottenham over on that far side. It's going to be whipped in towards the near post. Headed out by Ben White. Arsenal don't really clear the ball. It's still inside the penalty area. We'll get it away now. I think it was Eddie Nketiah there with that clearance. And Tottenham get possession again. Højbjerg, but that's going to go out for a throw to Arsenal. Yeah, another opportunity there though for Tottenham. That's 2 now at the start of the second half. It's been a little bit more of a. So they've just upped the pace a little bit, Tottenham, haven't they? Which they had to do, obviously. We expected it, really, didn't we? I say they do tend to be more of a second half team for whatever reason. They need something they need to look at, don't they? But we'll see if we can get through this early part of this second half. I say 2 big chances for Tottenham already to get a goal back. And I say that could be a momentum swing that we don't want to see. Doherty now with his throw on his near side, just in front of the dugouts here. Throws it back actually to Romero. And he goes all the way across to Eric Dyer. Out to the far side to Sessegnon, plays a ball up the line. That's a decent ball actually, looking for Son. But Saliba's across there. Son hasn't really had a kick in this game, has he? But anyway, the ball's given away. Tottenham coming forward again. Harry Kane plays it back in to Sessegnon. Is this going to be the moment? Oh, is that a save again? Or has he missed? Sessegnon there. Looked like he was odds on to score. A good move, actually. I don't know if Ramsdale's made a save. A lovely 1-2 with Harry Kane. In fact, it was a corner. It's taken quickly. Son in possession for Tottenham now. Kulusevski, he's going to try and go around the outside, which is how Bukayo Saka set up our first goal. But there's good defending, actually, there. That must have been another good save then. Sessegnon then ran into the penalty. A lovely 1-2 with Harry Kane. And at that near post, Ramsdale made another good save. Again, Tottenham are coming forward again. Cross into the box again. A header comes in. It's flicked on. Eddie Nketiah is there, but it's up more than out. Doherty heads it down to Kulusevski on this near side. This is a lot better from Tottenham, actually. Cross comes in from Doherty across the 6-yard box, headed away by Thomas Partey. Tottenham now it's coming forward again. Højbjerg it is towards the far post. Harry Kane with a header, but that's comfortable there for Aaron Ramsdale. I think that was another good save there. We're going to see this again. Harry Kane with the turner, played the ball through to Sessegnon. It was a good save of his foot there from Ramsdale. So Tottenham could have scored 2 goals at the start of this second half. That was going in that far corner from Sessegnon as well, you know. And Mark C says there, we need to sharpen up. Yes, we do. Anyway, Arsenal have now got a free kick right on the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. It looked like it was a foul by Sarr on Martinelli. Just pulled him off their arm across his back. And it's going to be a free kick now to Arsenal. Can we get a 3rd goal, which would kill off this sort of comeback by Tottenham? Well, it's not much of a comeback, is it? But they haven't got a goal from it, and we've now got an opportunity. It's about 5 yards outside the penalty area, just over to this left-hand side. Just where the corner of the penalty area is on the left-hand side, about 10 yards out. It is going to be Martin Odegaard again with it. It's not a great angle for a shot at goal, is it? Let's be honest. It's more going to be whipping this ball in again towards that area between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. Martin Odegaard with it. Wasn't a great ball. Doesn't beat the first man, but it's going to be a throw to Arsenal instead. We have played 53, nearly 54 minutes here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. But Tottenham have come out flying at the start of the second half. They've had 3 opportunities. Aaron Ramsdale made a couple of good saves already from Harry Kane and from Ryan Sessegnon. But now it's going to be a long throw from Thomas Partey towards that near post. Hasn't actually worked yet. This one again is, actually it's leads to a corner. It was Eric Dyer there shuffled that ball behind for a corner to Arsenal. This is where we want the ball. We don't really want it up that other end, do we? Where it's been for a majority of the second half so far. But it's a corner now to Arsenal on this near side. which you'd imagine Gabriel Martinelli is going to go across to take this, whipping it in with his right foot. Indeed, he is. Is this going to be the moment to get that third goal, which would put us in complete and utter control? Wasn't a great corner again, doesn't beat the first man. That's 2 in a row now, set pieces that we haven't done particularly well. And Martin Odegaard puts that behind, and Eric Dyer there runs into, Kulishevsky there runs into Mikel Arteta inside the technical area. But it did end with a laugh and a joke between the two, which was good to see. And you remember that, was it Alan Pardew that time when there was some player ran into him inside the technical area and he had a fight with him, didn't he? Was it Alan Pardew? Anyway, that one ended quite amicably between Kulishevsky and Arteta. Tottenham have got a free kick, which they've taken quickly. Højbjerg now bringing the ball forward up his near side, finds Doherty, plays that line again to Kulishevsky. Mark C says yes, and Nathan as well. Was that about Pardew? I think it was, wasn't it? I'll never forget that. I'm sure it was Hull, wasn't it? They were playing. I can't remember who his man was. He manager Newcastle at the time. Anyway, the ball's played out to this near side again to Kulishevsky. He's running at Zinchenko, cuts inside the ball, cross to the far post. It's curled wide. And another chance for Tottenham goes begging. We played 10 minutes of the second half. It's still Tottenham nil, Arsenal 2, but Tottenham have certainly been a lot more lively in the second half, a lot more dangerous, and they are pinging the ball in towards our penalty area a lot more often now, especially with Dejan Kulishevsky, who's done well again. I think he was trying to curl it into the far post rather than put a cross in, but either way it went wide. Here's a goal kick to Arsenal. More time ticks away for Tottenham. Ramsdale's played well today. He's not had a lot to do, certainly in that first half, but he made 2 big saves in the first half and he's made 2 big saves in the second half as well. And they say it's small margins in football, and while we've been a much, much better team, Tottenham could easily have got a couple of goals if it wasn't for Ramsdale. So, that's a loose pass. It almost put Harry Kane in actually for Martinelli. And in the end, it's a throw to Tottenham. Arsenal certainly not looking as much, haven't got as much control of this game in the second half as we did have in the first half, certainly. But Tottenham have stepped their play up, which they had to do. And we should have been expecting it, let's be honest. I certainly was. Anyway, Martinelli now out this near side for Arsenal, looking to have a run at that Tottenham defence. Whips the ball to the edge. Yeah, it's a good touch of Eddie Nketiah. Can he get a shot away? He does. It's deflected and it's saved by Lloris. Our first real opportunity in this second half. Granit Xhaka's gone down actually, holding his foot. The game continues. In fact, it doesn't anymore. The referee's given a free kick to Arsenal. Mark C says there, we've got to start going in to win the ball before it bounces. We're doing too much ball watching. We've allowed Tottenham to push us back, haven't we? Rajendra says, now we have a match. Yes, we do. It's been a much more even contest in the second half, hasn't it? And that's because Tottenham have come out and we maybe haven't quite. Well, it was Romero there with that foul actually on Xhaka, and he's already been booked. I don't know whether VAR want to relook at that. I don't think they can, though, can they, for a yellow card? I think they can only relook at it if it's a red card. And that obviously wasn't a red card challenge, but it certainly could have been a second yellow. But anyway, it doesn't look like it's going to be given. It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. And Granit Xhaka is getting back to his feet again. It was him that was fouled by Romero, who seems to be quite riled up, doesn't he? Cristiano Romero. It's generally pretty standard for him, anyway, isn't it? He maybe feels he didn't really touch Granit Xhaka, but I don't know. Anyway, it wasn't a second yellow. Well, it could easily have been, as Mark said, that should have been. Yeah, it could have been a second yellow card easily. Could have been. But VAR can't check that, can they? Anyway, Xhaka's not very happy, so he's going to be riled, isn't he? Nathan says there, Spurs are such a strange side. They did this all the time, up their game in the second half. Odd. They look very imbalanced, actually, don't they? They look quite strong down that left-hand side with the right-hand side, sorry, with Kulishevsky, and sort of Romero plays on that right-hand side as well. They're very weak on the left, aren't they? So I don't know, but yeah, they look. It seems to be they're just not really. They're not very balanced, are they? They don't look very easy to watch. They're very all over the place. But most of their threat is coming down this near side. They're right, isn't it, with Kulishevsky, and when Harry Kane drops across there as well. But Terry says there he's worried he could have been second yellow easy. Yeah, it could have been, yeah. He got away with it maybe, but I'm sure the next foul he makes won't be so lucky. Anyway, now Tottenham again coming forward here. Lots and lots of space on this near side for Kulusevski. That's what we mentioned before about Zinchenko when he cuts in. But good defensive play there from, was that Granit Xhaka getting back? But yeah, see, again, you see, he's out of position a bit, isn't he, Zinchenko sometimes? And that left a lot of space there for Kulusevski. He maybe didn't make the most of that for Tottenham, luckily. Anyway, now coming forward again, Son, who's had a very quiet game. Heung-min Son finds Højbjerg. And now Kulusevski, now Doherty, sorry, Kulusevski's just ahead of him. Højbjerg again plays the ball towards Harry Kane on the edge of the penalty area. Harry Kane holds out and then plays out this near side to Kulusevski again. He likes linking up with him, doesn't he? Son plays it back to Kulusevski. Kulusevski's crossed towards the near post, goes all the way across to Sessegnon at the far post. I don't know if that was a shot, but he's hooked it back all the way across to Doherty. But Doherty loses out to Martinelli, and now Arsenal on a counter attack. That's a good ball though forward looking for Eddie Nketiah, but Eric Dyer's across. And it is going to be a throw to Arsenal. Mark C says, I bet Xhaka would have got a second yellow for that. Well, quite possibly. He did maybe get away with that a little bit there, didn't he, Romero? He certainly wound up, isn't he? I wouldn't be surprised if he does get that second yellow card. But Kulusevski's a danger, isn't he? There's no doubt about that on his near side, on Tottenham's right. He is the danger man. Looks a very, very good player, doesn't he? Dejan Kulusevski. And he is causing us quite a few problems in the second half. We've played 61 minutes, so there's still just under half an hour to play. And this game's certainly not won yet. Not completely. Tottenham are keeping themselves in it, and they've given themselves one or two opportunities to get back into it as well. Zinchenko now on this near side though for Arsenal, looking to try to get a little bit more control in this game that we've lost in at this second half. Martin Odegaard, is he going to line up another shot from distance? No, he finds Martinelli instead inside the Tottenham penalty area. Gabriel Martinelli comes back. He's got Granit Xhaka outside of here on his near side, plays it back inside to Martinelli again inside the box. Martinelli's crowded out though, and now Tottenham can come forward again, looking for Kulusevski up this near side, but that ball's going to run out of play as Zinchenko is going to take that throw to Thomas Partey. This is better from Arsenal now. We're starting to get a little bit more possession of the ball, which we haven't had too much of in the second half, actually. They've not put the possession stats up. But anyway, Mark C says, yeah, honestly, Rich, I'm thinking we should put Tierney on for Zinchenko. Yeah, maybe just to shore that up, because he likes to drift inside, doesn't he? And it has caused us one or two problems. And as we've mentioned, you know, Kulusevski is a danger, isn't he, on that side of the pitch? And we just need to watch that a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that is a substitution that we make. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Martin Odegaard again coming forward, tries to thread the ball through to Eddie Nketiah, but he's got away. He does get a shot in, but he's fouled. Eric Dyer, I think it was, as that ball was played through to him. He's going to be a free kick to Tottenham. 62 and a half minutes played. If you are enjoying the show today, please give it a like. What's there not to like, as I said? If you are new here as well, please consider subscribing to the channel. It is Tottenham nil Arsenal 2, as we said. It is a Lloris with a long ball forward, looking for the head of Kulusevski. He loses out there, and he's holding the back of his head, and it is going to be a free kick to Tottenham. Not sure who that was with that header, actually. May well have been Gabriel. And Kulusevski's gone down inside at the Tottenham half. They've got the stats now. In the second half, Tottenham have had 6 shots, 3 on target, which was more than they had in the whole of the first half. Mark C says, is Melvin at the match? Which I believe so, yes, I believe he is. We'll see. Hopefully, he'll be on the show tomorrow, actually, along with the guys. We're going to look back on this game, of course, look ahead to Man United, the transfer sagas that's been going on as well. That's all on the show tomorrow night, the Arsenal review. Hopefully, it's going to be a happy show if things stay like this. Martinelli now coming forward for Arsenal down this near side, gets past Doherty. Gets good defending from Doherty, actually. He's looked, Martinelli's looked as though he maybe should have done a little bit better than what he has done at times. Down that side, because he looks as though he's got the beating of Doherty, but then Doherty's actually done quite well as well. Anyway, that ball played forward there, good header from Lange, and now Tottenham again are coming forward with Højbjerg. We're midway through the second half. That's a long ball over the top, looking for Son. Wasn't a great ball. Harry Kane saying he wanted it instead, but it's run through to Aaron Ramsdale, And Arsenal now back in possession. Thomas Partey is for Arsenal, bringing the ball forward. He's got Zinchenko, a little bit of space on this near side. Actually bounces off Zinchenko, and it's gone out for a throw to Tottenham, which Doherty takes, throws it back to Romero. And Tottenham trying to come forward again and get that goal, which would certainly set the old nerves going, wouldn't it? We've still, what, 25 minutes or more still to play. Doherty now plays the ball in field to Kulusevski, gives it to Romero. Romero now, the Argentinian, plays it again up this near side to Matt Doherty. Thought about a cross, but changed his mind and just plays it back again to Romero. And it goes back square to Eric Dyer inside at the centre circle. Plays it out to the far side instead to Højbjerg. Now it's back again with Romero. Christian Romero plays it up this near side to Matt Doherty. Thought about a cross again. Again changed his mind. Plays it in to Sarr. Lays it off to Romero. A lot of possession is for Tottenham, but it's in front of Arsenal at the moment. Not looking to get behind, but they are being patient. It's with Sessegnon over on that far side. He had that big chance, didn't he, to get a goal for Tottenham about 10 minutes ago. Cross goes into the box again, over to this near side to Matt Doherty. Just lays it off again to Romero. This is looking good from Tottenham. Good pressure this. Son into the box for Kane, trying to turn away from Gabriel. Good defending from Gabriel. Matt Doherty now puts a cross back in the box again. Headed out by William Saliba. Arsenal rocking a little bit at the back, but Tottenham unable to create an opportunity. They have got a throw though on this near side. They're trying to do everything quickly. Kulusevski again cuts inside and goes past two challenges, Kulusevski, but Gabriel's across there. He is definitely a talent, isn't he, Kulusevski? What a player he is, actually. He's Tottenham's best player by an absolute country mile, isn't he? And he's causing us a lot of problems down this near side. He got past three challenges there, actually. Anyway, Tottenham back in possession with Son coming forward over on the other side. Son plays it in. It's laid off there by Romero. He's actually got himself forward now, the defender for Tottenham. It's come across to Eric Dyer. Kulusevski's got a little bit of space on this near side again. He was cut out now. And now Arsenal on the counter-attack. Martin Ødegaard over on that far side. Is he going to get there first ahead of Lenge? He does. But he's held up, actually. That's pretty good defending, you have to say, from Tottenham. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Martin Ødegaard run out of legs and ideas a little bit there. Terry says, yeah, we need to get KT on. Get on soon. Zinc is getting rings run around him. He is, yeah. We're having that's where the problem is. Anyway, suddenly now Thomas Partey with a chance for a shot. Oh, that's a weak effort from Thomas Partey. Nowhere near like the effort he hit in that first half to hit the post, or indeed the effort that he scored in the reverse fixture at the Emirates earlier this season, of course. Anyway, the ball is now inside the Tottenham area, bringing a long ball forward into Harry Kane in the centre circle. He's done well, Harry Kane, but Arsenal won the ball with Granit Xhaka, but it does fall for it. In fact, it's a free kick. That foul on Harry Kane, which you can't tackle Harry Kane. It's a foul, isn't it? That's just the rules. It's actually written in the rules of football. If you tackle Harry Kane, it's always a foul. If it's in the box, it's a penalty. If it's outside the box, it's a free kick. They are the rules of football as written by the FA. Anyway, Tottenham are coming forward. John in the chat there says Arsenal need to take Zinchenko off. He's getting quiet. Yeah, everybody's saying the same thing. Anyway, Doherty now on this near side. I agree. Maybe that is going to be the substitution that we'll make, perhaps, with 22 minutes still to play here in North London. The North London derby, Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. Both goals came in the first half, and since then, it's been a lot of Tottenham possession, a lot of Tottenham pressure, and a few chances as well for them to get back into this game. So far, we have held out and keeping that clean sheet. But Tottenham coming forward again over on that far side. Son, who's been very, very quiet in this game, it has to be said. William Saliba plays that ball forward to Granit Xhaka. Arsenal now looking to launch a counter-attack to maybe get the third goal. Oh, Eddie Nketiah with a bit of space inside the box. Is this the moment? Eddie Nketiah, another save from Lloris, and that's where a real clinical striker finishes things off there. Lovely ball from Granit Xhaka, actually. Good counter-attack from Arsenal. Decent first touch from Eddie Nketiah, but Lloris was out, and Lloris made another save, and that's twice now. Eddie Nketiah's had big chances to score, and that would have sealed it there. And that's where Yeah, it's a good movement from Eddie. Look, he gets into space well. Good, well, fairly decent first touch. It took him a little bit wider than he maybe wanted to do, and then gave Lloris that opportunity to shut the angle down. And it's a good save. John says, "Yeah, lads, what do you think of United's first goal? If that had been Arsenal or any other team, it would have been offside." Well, it was offside. You know, he ran towards the ball. You cannot run towards the ball. And although he didn't touch the ball, he made a run towards the ball. The defenders moved in, and yeah, he's offside. It shouldn't have been given. There's no doubt about that. And you're right. Any other team, I don't think that gets given. But it's Old Trafford. It's Marcus Rashford, and it was given. But yeah, I didn't think that was a goal at all. You can't. If Rashford had stopped his run a bit earlier, or not even run to the ball, maybe just held off a little bit and let Bruno Fernandes run onto it, then it's fine. But you know, he basically attacked the ball as though he was going to shoot. The defenders thought that was going to happen, and you know, I think half of the defenders thought it would be offside anyway. The VAR would give it offside. So yeah, you can't have a goal like that. Ridiculous. John says, yeah, exactly. Arteta is too slow making changes. He is, yeah. Mark says, chip it, Eddie, chip it. Yeah, exactly. He just hasn't got that composure sometimes, has he? Anyway, Richarlison is just about to come on for Tottenham. And we do know he has got a very good goal scoring record against Arsenal, hasn't he, Richarlison, in the past. John says there he was offside. Even Neville said, oh, yeah, miles offside. Paul says there, yeah, Rashford was interfering with play, more football corruption. Yeah, he clearly was interfering with play because he's run onto the ball, hasn't he? Anyway, it's Matt Doherty that's gone off. So there's going to be a slight change of shape perhaps for Tottenham. Richarlison has come on, and this is going to be all hands to the pump for Arsenal, you'd imagine, in these last 19 minutes plus stoppage time. And Tottenham are really going to go for it now, aren't they? With Richarlison coming on. Martinelli got booked actually just a bit before as well. I think that might be Arsenal's first yellow card of this game, is it? You know, we're coming forward now on that far side with Eddie Nketiah. He's had those two big chances he hasn't been able to take. So he's done well there. And then he's run into a bit of trouble and he's actually won a free kick. Eric Dyer didn't agree with that decision. Ben White's getting involved with Richarlison already, getting involved as well. He's only been on the pitch 5 minutes. And there's a yellow card for somebody. Not quite sure who the yellow card was for, actually. Maybe it was Richarlison, which would be strange. He's just come on, isn't he? Anyway, Terry says, give or take 2 yards, it would have been a good goal. Yeah, if he'd stopped running, I would say, yeah. John says, we need a centre forward. I'll take Giroud as he'd have scored that. Yeah, but you see, Arteta won't buy a Giroud type striker. That's not what he wants. The fact he's only bought one striker in 3 years tells you all you need to know. And he was a yellow card. Sorry, Mark says Dyer yellow card. Yeah, Dyer gets a yellow card. And that was a player he worked with at Manchester City, wasn't it? So he doesn't want that type of striker, Giroud. I do. I'd love a striker like that. But he won't do it. And I don't think we'll buy a striker, but we need one. You're right. Yeah, we've got another free kick. This one's about, 25 yards outside the penalty area. Martin Odegaard threads it through to Eddie again inside the box. That was good defending actually there from, was that Lenglet? I know it wasn't. It was Højbjerg actually. Good. It was a good block actually. He almost looked like he was going to be in there. John says that's typical Richarlison. It is, yeah. He has to get involved. Anyway, Martin Odegaard now plays the ball back to Granit Xhaka. That's a good ball up this near side to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli tries to go past Kulusevski. And it is going to be a throw to Tottenham on this near side. He did well, Kulusevski there, actually. You know, Romero is going to take this. He's going to take this for... Not quite sure if that was a foul, actually. Eric Dyer got booked for that, but anyway. And Lenglet's got booked as well. All their defenders have been booked in this game, Tottenham. Which is unusual. Plus half their midfield. Anyway. The ball's now back with Aaron Ramsdale, goes long up that far side looking for Bukayo Saka, who's not really been involved in the second half at all, has he? Just haven't got the ball to him. It's been mainly at the other end, hasn't he? He's had to work hard for the team, but he's not really got in the game, has he, in the second half? Bukayo Saka. He had a big influence in the first half, but none really at all in the second half. Anyway, Richarlison now is looking to get in his first touch. The ball bounces away from him, actually, under pressure from Gabriel. And Arsenal now looking to come forward, are they? But no, it's a free kick to Tottenham which they've taken quickly. They're taking everything quickly. Tottenham now. We're into the last 16 minutes. If it's going to be a comeback from Tottenham, it's going to be quite dramatic, isn't it? Richarlison now plays the ball to this near side to Kulusevski. That's a good ball towards the far post. It gets overhit though, and it goes behind. It looked a dangerous ball at first, but it has gone behind. It is going to be a goal kick to Arsenal, and Tottenham making another substitution. It's going to be Pulisic coming on, the Croatian. In fact, they're making a double change here, and Yves Bissouma as well, a player that I would have quite liked Arsenal to have signed last summer when he went to Tottenham, but anyway, we didn't sign him, and he is now coming off of Tottenham. So it is going to be Sarr going off for Bissouma and Sessegnon's going off for Ivan Pulisic. And we're moving to the last 15 minutes. So Tottenham and Antonio Conte are making their moves off the bench, aren't they? John says Conte will be absolutely slated if they lose this. Yeah, of course he will. And rightly so. You lose your derby at home, you deserve to get slated, don't you? And that'll be what will happen. Anyway, Ramsdale there with that long goal kick. But it's a good defensive header by Eric Dyer. And Richarlison looking to get the ball there from Gabriel. But actually, Tottenham have picked the ball up well. In fact, it's not. It's a free kick. Harry Kane felt as though he'd won the ball. I must admit, I kind of agree with him, actually. But anyway, it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. And that stops that possibility of a counter-attack. And the ball's going to be inside. It's going to be a free kick inside the centre circle, which Zinchenko looks as though he's going to take, and just plays it square to Thomas Partey. John says, there you see, we don't need Mudryk. Hope he's watching what he's missed out on. Yeah, I mean, I do think I don't know if Mudryk was the answer, but we need more players on the bench, don't we? Because, we haven't made any subs yet, have we? And there's a reason why we haven't, because we don't have players on the bench that can make a difference. I know we're 2-0 up, and that alters what substitutions that you make, doesn't it? Of course it does. But anyway, Arsenal are coming forward again now. Granit Xhaka looking to find Martin Ødegaard. Is he fouled on the edge of the box? He is. A shot comes in anyway, but the ref had already given the free kick. It was Perisic with the foul, and Arsenal got a free kick right on the edge of the area. This is a good opportunity for Martin Ødegaard, actually. In fact, it was Romero with the foul. You've got to be careful, Romero, He's a dirty little twat, isn't he? Anyway, it was him that gave that foul away. Arsenal got a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. And he's walking a bit of a tightrope, Romero, isn't he? This is definitely within shooting range for Martin Ødegaard. This is the moment here to get the third goal. Absolutely, this is it now. Martin Ødegaard with that left foot can whip it round that wall into that far corner. That is what he needs to be doing. And that will seal the points. And it will be happy days. Nathan says, Romero's walking the tight. He is. He must. I don't know how many fouls he's made in this game, but since he got booked, he must have done 5 easily. And he hasn't managed to get that second yellow card yet. Regeneral says 15 minutes to go. Yeah, a little bit less than that now. This will seal it, won't it? This free kick. Son is lying down behind at the wall. I don't quite understand why they bother doing that. Very, very strange. Has it ever worked? Has a player lying down behind a wall ever blocked a free kick ever? Although you could say maybe it does work because players don't go for that low free kick, do they? Because he's there, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure Martin Ødegaard is going to try and ping this one in that top corner. In fact, Granit Xhaka fancies it as well by the look of it. Is this going to be the moment that seals the points for Arsenal? 12 minutes to go. It's Martin Ødegaard leads it for Granit Xhaka. Fires it over the top of the crossbar. Maybe he should have left it for Martin Ødegaard instead. The Arsenal wall moved out of the way, left the gap. You can see what he was doing, trying to get in that top corner, but it was just too high. And now we do make our one substitution. It's Kieran Tierney coming on. Rob Holding will probably be next. It's Gabriel Martinelli going off. He did okay today, Martinelli. Maybe ran out of legs a little bit. He started pretty lively, didn't he? Didn't maybe have as much influence on the game in the second half. But we haven't really had too much attacking options in the second half, have we? But he did a good job there, Martinelli. It is Kieran Tierney coming on. We did think he might. We were maybe expecting Zinchenko to go off. But anyway, Zinchenko stays on. And Kieran Tierney is going to be pushed a little bit further forward, which is a little bit strange. But anyway, Tottenham have now got a free kick. We're into the last 11 minutes. Arsenal 11 minutes away from going 8 points clear at the top. Mark C says, good move that. Yeah, to probably double up on Kulusevski, you'd imagine that's what he's brought on for. Although he's gone quite far forward, Kieran Tierney, actually, since he's just come on, almost playing in Martinelli's position, high up the pitch. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. He's now going to try and shut down Romero, who's actually just put the ball straight out for a throw to Arsenal on this near side. As things stand, will be 8 points clear, level on goal difference as well with Manchester City, which is pretty good, isn't it? But 8-point lead, and we're almost at the halfway point in the season. 18 games played, so one more game, and then we'll be halfway through. And what a great opportunity this is for Arsenal now to really put in a strong challenge for this title. But we do need to buy some players. Granit Xhaka has just conceded a free kick there, just on the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. Hotspur takes it quickly. We're into the last 10 minutes. That 8-point lead isn't too far away, is it? Kieran Tierney cuts out that ball, and now we've got an opportunity there. Oh, he tried to thread the ball through to Eddie. Good defending, actually, from Hotspur. And now Basuma brings the ball square here in this near side to Romero, plays it forward to Richarlison, tries to lay it into the path there of Kulusevski, claims he was fouled. All Richarlison's done since he's come on is roll around, and he's done it again there. He never got touched there by Gabriel, the two Brazilians. In fact, maybe he was. Maybe that was a foul, to be fair to him, but all he's done is go down. In fact, it is a foul. It is a free kick. Just on this near side, in line with the Arsenal penalty area, about 25 yards out from the penalty area. It's going to be Heung-min Son with it. The Arsenal defence is lined up on the edge of the penalty area. Can we defend this free kick? We don't really want Tottenham to score now. It will lead to a very nervy finish, wouldn't it? Son with that ball. It's too close. Aaron Ramsdale comes and punches it. Does well, actually. Ramsdale came to the edge of the 6-yard box, punched that clear. Back with Son again. Little bit of space to go line up another cross. He does towards the far post. Comes all the way through to Richarlison just inside the area. Richarlison puts it back in again. It's headed out by Ben White. Arsenal can't really get it clear. Kulusevski now inside the penalty area. Goes around the outside. Puts a cross in. Again, Arsenal can't really get it away. Chaotic defending. Son shot finds Richarlison at the far post. Oh, his first touch was poor. Cross back in again. This time it's Saliba with a header away. Arsenal hanging on here as we move towards the last 8 minutes. Son now with an effort from the edge of the box. It's deflected to the far post. Richarlison with an effort. Ramsdale's made another good save. Dear me, Arsenal hanging on a little bit here. And the ball pinging around the penalty area. Arsenal just couldn't get it out. In the end, it was Basuma, found Son. It was a shot there. I think there may have been an offside actually in there. It wasn't on Richarlison. He tried to curl it in a far corner, but Ramsdale's made a good save. And now over on that far side, Bukayo Saka, not really been in the game much in the second half, but is he going to make a telling contribution now? Finds Eddie Nketiah on the edge of the area, back to Martin Odegaard. Is he going to find another shot from distance? Finds Thomas Partey, plays it square to Zinchenko, dinks the ball into the box, looking for Eddie Nketiah, but Tottenham do clear it away. Richarlison it is with a header, looking to put Kulusevski in, but Arsenal deal with that pretty well. And now we can come forward ourselves with Granit Xhaka on this near side. Plays the ball up the line to Eddie Nketiah. I think he may have been offside, but Romero's there anyway. We're into the last 7 minutes here. Terry says, good tackle. Now Harry Kane's got a little run on here on his near side. Again, there's that space vacated by Zinchenko. Harry Kane pulls the ball back to the edge of the box. Son and fires over the top of the crossbar. He claims a deflection, and he's got a deflection. It's a corner to Tottenham. They are certainly throwing everything at this now, aren't they? And Arsenal hanging on a little bit. Well, not really hanging on. We're 2-0 up. But there's still enough time with stoppage time as well. If Tottenham were to score now, it could be a dangerous time for Arsenal. It's going to be Perisic with this corner on his near side. Going to swing it in with his left foot towards that near post. It goes to the edge of the 6-yard box, headed out by Gabriel as far as Kulusevski on this near side again. Running at that defence, goes around the outside, drills it in at near post. Ramsdale blocks it again with his legs. And Arsenal now can scramble the ball clear, and they've got it into the Tottenham half and Lloris. Tottenham still there in possession. Basuma plays out to that far side. Gets it back again. Basuma plays it to Kulusevski. He's going to have another run again at that Arsenal defence. Bukayo Saka's come across there now to help defensively. That's what Arsenal are doing now. It's backs to the wall for Arsenal in these closing minutes here. We need to be strong and solid. Let's not give Tottenham an opportunity. Son now over on that far side, running at Ben White. And Ben White does well, actually, but it's going to be a throw to Tottenham over on that far side, which Heung-min Son is going to take. No, he isn't. He's going to leave it, actually, for Perisic. And Arsenal now making another substitution. It's another defensive substitution. It is Tomiyasu who's going to be coming on very shortly. In fact, it's Zinchenko going off. The substitution that we maybe thought we should have made a while ago. So I think Kieran Tierney is going to drop into left back, and Tomiyasu might well come across to right back. We'll see. Yves Bissouma there is trying to hurry Zinchenko off. He's in no hurry to get off, is he? And why would he be? John says there, Ramsdale's had a very good game. He has. He's played really well today, Aaron Ramsdale. I think he's been a player of the match, man of the match, if you want to call it that. I think he has. He's made some really crucial saves. Zinchenko has gone off. 85 minutes played. We're nearly there. John says this is a massive win. We're not quite there yet. It's a long throw for Tottenham over on that far side. There is 5 minutes plus stoppage time. The throw comes in. It is long towards the near post. Ben White heads it out. It's going to be another long throw again. Again, it's going to be Perisic with it. This one not quite as long. It is flicked on at the near post, but Arsenal don't really get it away particularly well. And it is a foul now, and there's a free kick to Tottenham right on the edge of the penalty area. It was Lenjay there who was fouled by Eddie Nketiah. A bit sloppy there. It was from Eddie. Expected the ball to reach him. It didn't. He just swung a wild leg at it. Nathan says Ramsdale man of the match for me. Yeah, I think he's got to be really. Them saves he's made. John says they're great commentary. Richard. No, thank you for tuning in. They're going to make two more subs. Tottenham throwing everything at this. Brian Gill is one of them coming on. I think the other one was actually. Anyway, here's a free kick to Tottenham on the edge of the area. We're in the 86th minute. It looks like it might well be Heung-min Son. If this goes in, it's going to be a very, very nervy last few minutes, isn't it? But let's see what happens. We've defended pretty resolutely so far in this second half. Again, we've got someone behind the wall lying down. It's Martin Ødegaard doing a fish impression. But anyway, let's see. It's going to be Heung-min Son with this free kick over on the far side, about 2 yards outside the penalty area. It could be a big moment in this game, actually, if Tottenham score now. It is Heung-min Son with his free kick into the wall. The wall does its job, and we get away with that one. He's Bissouma though for Tottenham, plays up this near side again to Kulusevski, cuts inside onto that left foot, whips the ball in. Not a great ball, actually. Well defended by Granit Xhaka it was, but Tottenham still in possession. John says there, how come Kane hasn't got his usual penalty? There's still time. And that effort from the edge of the box there, comfortably saved by Aaron Ramsdale, who surely will be getting man of the match. Terry says, well held the Ram indeed. And now Arsenal coming forward, looking for that third goal. Martin Ødegaard exchanges passes there with Bukayo Saka, but that ball has gone out. It's going to be a throw to Tottenham. Arsenal have run out of legs, really, you have to say. And this is where the squad is needed, isn't it? Tottenham have made all their substitutions. And Arsenal are running on empty at this moment in time. And they're making their final sub now. It's Ben Davies actually coming on. And it is Kulusevski that's gone off, is it? No, it's Lenz that's gone off. And Gill's come on for Kulusevski. Mark says we're getting sloppy. We're just tired. I think we're just tired. You know, we've run ourselves into the ground, haven't we? And we don't have the backups on the bench to be able to go anyway. Tomiyasu just won the ball back high up the pitch. Now it's just going to be a moment. Eddie Nketiah is going towards the corner flag. And I think that's all he wants to do. He's got 2 or 3 Tottenham players around him. He's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Eddie done well there, actually, to try to hold him off there. Mark says, get Saka off, get ESR. I'm surprised ESR hasn't come on, actually. But maybe because we're winning, he just wants to keep it tight, really, I suppose. John says they're looking forward to seeing Match of the Day 2 tonight. I hope Jermaine Genius is on. Yeah, he probably won't be, will he? Ian Wright will probably be on. Won't he? That'd be good. I know he was on last night, wasn't he, Ian Wright? You don't normally have him on the same 2 nights running, do you? Anyway, a lot of Tottenham fans are heading home. They think that the game's done, and they are heading off back to their little hovels where they live. and it's looking as though Arsenal are going to come away with a very important big 3 points to go 8 points clear at the top. Harry Kane with that ball over the top. They're looking for Son over on the far side. There is still time left in this game. If Tottenham can get a goal back now, the ball's played forward. It was offside. And Son is not happy with the movement now. John says there, agree, put ESR on to enjoy the moment. He's not going to bring him on now, is he? There's not really any point, if we're honest, at 2-0 up. Anyway, surprised Rob Holding hasn't come on for his last couple of minutes cameo appearance that he often does in these type of games away from home. Anyway, Eddie Nketiah now trying to get the wrong side of Eric Dyer. In fact, it's a free kick. Was he offside? I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, it's a free kick to Tottenham, which they've taken quickly, as they've taken most things quickly in this second half. It's been much better from Tottenham, but look as though they're going to leave here without anything to show for their efforts. And there's a free kick. It's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time, which we've just come into now. We are very, very close to going 8 points clear. And another very impressive away victory for Arsenal. But that squad depth is still worrying. In fact, they have given Aaron Ramsdale man of the match. They have done. You have to say he deserves it as well. He's been brilliant, especially in the second half. But he did make 2 really good saves in the first half as well. So that's good, isn't it? John says he hasn't been on for a while, Terry, in hiding due to Spurs being so embarrassed. Now, Terry's around somewhere. He was busy earlier. He's been in. And Arsenal are closing in on what will be a very, very big victory. We've played almost a minute of stoppage time. John says there, totally deserves it, yeah. Mark says there, Richarlison spends more time on the ground than a yoga mat. He does indeed. Terry says, the way Spurs fans are leaving, is there a fire drill? Well, yeah, there probably is a fire drill. They need to get home, don't they? They'll be signing on tomorrow morning. They need to be fresh for that, don't they? Brian Gill now on this near side. The substitute plays it back into the centre circle to Eric Dyer. This has been a very commanding Arsenal win. Ball played into the box. Ramsdale is going to be there again. Comfortable save from Aaron Ramsdale. He fully deserves his clean sheet today. And he is just, 3.5 minutes away from getting it. John says there, sorry, Richard, meant Jermaine Genius hasn't been on. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, he may well be on tonight. I said Ian Wright, but I forgot Ian Wright was on last night, so he won't be on again. They're never on, both of them, are they? Anyway, the Arsenal fans already celebrating this victory now as we close into the last couple of minutes of stoppage time. Surely there's not going to be any late drama here. We shall see. Eric Dyer, though, plays a long ball forward. And Harry Kane was offside. And in fact, it's going to be a free kick. Is it to Arsenal? And another few seconds are going to be wasted. We are very, very close now to these 3 points. 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. And we're getting down towards the halfway point. And Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira are going to come on now. What is the point? But anyway, waste a bit of time, I guess. Maybe these substitutions could have been made 10 minutes ago. Anyway, it is going to be... who's going off? Martin Odegaard's going off for Fabio Vieira. Great goal from Martin Odegaard. Let's see. Eddie Nketiah is going off as well for Smith Rowe. Didn't get his goal today, Eddie. Missed a couple of big chances. And Martin Odegaard gives the armband to Granit Xhaka, who's going to finish this North London derby with the armband on. He did, of course, score in the previous North London derby, didn't he? But not going to be tonight. Mark C says, I'm waiting for TalkSport to say Arsenal look shaky. I mean, you know, when you're 2-0 up, you can allow the other team to have the ball, can't you? Anyway, Smith Rowe's on, which is good to see. Working his way back from injury, I'm sure he'll have a lot more impact in the games going forward than he's going to, obviously, in this game. He probably won't even touch the ball, will he? You wouldn't imagine. And we have got another 90 seconds to play of stoppage time. And Arsenal will be 8 points clear at the top of the table. Kieran Tierney now with this throw for Arsenal, just in line with the Tottenham penalty area. We just want to keep the ball here, really. I think Tottenham know that the race is run, and it's just a matter of seeing out these last few moments, isn't it? The last minute now of stoppage time. Aaron Ramsdale. He's going to let this ball run towards him so he can kick it long up the pitch, which he does. Kieran Tierney's going to try and get underneath this. It's a good header by Romero. Granit Xhaka with the header. It's going to be a throw to Tottenham right in front of the Arsenal dugout. Richarlison there comes to get the ball and gives it to Romero. We are into the last 30 seconds. John says there, United next week, if they're already planning how they can plot a win for United, Sky Sports and Talk Sport will be raging with this result. Yeah, they probably will, but I don't listen to either of them, so I don't really care what they think, to be honest. We're just doing our job, winning our games, and that's all we can keep doing. And we have now played almost 5 minutes of stoppage time. The ball is in the arms of Hugo Lloris. It was his own goal that gave Arsenal that great start and a platform to build this victory on. Smith Rowe there trying to get his first touch of the ball, but Bissouma comes away with it for Tottenham. It'd be obviously a goal for Tottenham. That's not going to make any difference. It would be a shame for Ramsdale to lose that clean sheet now, wouldn't it? Because he's deserved it. Anyway, Højbjerg now plays up this near side for Brian Gill. A little run at the Arsenal defence. Gill with a crossing towards the far post. Ramsdale's there again. And that sums up Ramsdale's game. Great handling. And that surely will be that. And we are going to come away from Tottenham with our first 3 points in the Premier League since 2014. John says there, no, neither do I, but it'd be interesting tuning in to Spurs fans channel. It will, yeah. And Ramsdale kicks that ball long. And there goes the full-time whistle. It has finished here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs 0, Arsenal 2. Those 2 goals, both in the first half. An own goal from Hugo Lloris and a great goal from Martin Ødegaard. With Richarlison and Aaron Ramsdale getting in a little bit of... I don't know what Aaron Ramsdale did there. But a few of the Tottenham fans, they're trying to get onto the pitch as well behind that goal. Not quite sure what happened there, actually. But there's a little bit of trouble going on at the end here. Some of them Tottenham fans behind that goal with Richarlison didn't like something that Aaron Ramsdale did. And this is, let's hope this doesn't overshadow what was, as Nathan put there, 3 big points. Well played. Yeah, we did play well there. Ramsdale has got himself into a little bit of bother, which he needs to just calm himself down. He's had a great game. There's no need for him to bother to get involved in all of that nonsense. Just get yourself up the other end, celebrate with the fans. Don't worry about that. This is the thing that concerns me with Ramsdale. You know, I don't know. He's just got some temperamental problem. Arteta is now trying to get his players away from that end of the pitch there. Granit Xhaka's getting involved as well. I don't know what all this is about, really. It's all a bit of nonsense that's unnecessary. I think Arsenal may be celebrating too much that Tottenham players don't like. But, you know, tough luck, really, isn't it? But we need to just rise above that. Arteta's right. Get the players away from all that. Let's celebrate in front of our fans at the other end of the pitch. That's where we want to be. Not worried about them. And that's what's happening now. And the celebrations start now. And it's been a very, very good day for Arsenal today. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. And the players are enjoying these moments. And why not? We're in a very, very good position, aren't we? John says there, Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal indeed. Mark says... boom, Shanker indeed. John says, come on, you Gunners. And John says, it's Spurs being bad news. Yeah, it probably is. I didn't really see what happened too much. I know Ramsdale was involved and the Arsenal players are now celebrating. Of course, very similar type of celebrations to back in 2004 when we won the league at White Hart Lane in front of the Arsenal fans. This obviously isn't quite as big a result, of course, but it's a very important result. Very good performance from Arsenal, especially in that first half in particular. We were brilliant. Mark C says their fans chucking things at Ramsdale. Is that what it was? I saw Richarlison getting involved as well. He does do that anyway, doesn't he? But yeah, it's a very good victory for Arsenal today. Good first half performance. We got the goals in the first half, got the job done. And then, yeah, Tottenham came out in the second half, played a lot better, pinned us back. And we were maybe, I wouldn't say hanging on, but they had some moments, didn't they? The fact Ramsdale's got player of the match kind of sums up where that second half went with. They had a lot of chances, Tottenham. Ramsdale made some big saves. We've got to win. We are 8 points clear, and that's what we needed to do. Terry says there, what a shame. We've just ruined Spurs' season. Well, I mean, their season was pretty much in tatters anyway. We've just put the final nail in it, haven't we? Nathan says, great commentary. Cheers, mate. Thank you for tuning in. See you tomorrow. John says there, Ramsdale showing his passion. Yeah, no, he's showing his passion. He just needs to just be careful, that's all. Terry says, up the Ram, indeed. And Arsenal now 8 points clear at the top of the table. Those first half goals, an own goal from Hugo Lloris, and then the second goal from Martin Odegaard. And it's been a really good performance from Arsenal. And we are 8 points clear. And what more could you want, really? Fantastic. What a day it's been. It's been a busy day on the channel. Of course, we did cover the women earlier. And we were back with this game here as well. Very, very good performance from Arsenal. 8 points clear. Wow. And our first league victory away at Tottenham since 2014. These are great times, aren't they, for Arsenal? And let's hope we can just keep it going and keep it going. John says, a great show again, Richard. Made better by the win. Of course, yeah, always a win always is what always makes it better. Mark's back there, he says, well, that was painful. I wish it was May. I mean, to be fair, at least you gave it a go in the second half. I mean, the first half was, I mean, we played well. Tottenham were terrible, weren't they? But in the second half, Tottenham gave it a go. Didn't quite have the quality, though, did they? And Arsenal defended well, and we played well. And yeah, Terry says, bring on United. Yeah, well, we've got nothing to fear, have we? Certainly not at home. But that league table looks good, doesn't it? Played 18, 47 points. Wow, 47 points from 18 games. That is incredible, aren't we? We're on target for 100 points, aren't we? If we beat United next week, that'll be 50 points from the first half of the season. And just repeat that again, 100 points. Lovely. Man City a second with 39. Newcastle a third with 38. Man United fourth with 38. I think that's the top four there. Just what order we're going to be in. That's the thing, isn't it? We're actually now we've got a 14-point gap to Tottenham in fifth place. So that leaves us really, really well in that top four now, doesn't it? It's surely we can't throw it away this year, can we? The top four, but it's all about the title now. We're in that title race. We are serious title contenders now, and we need to just keep our heads and sign some players. So Edu and Vinay and everybody else, if you are watching, please make sure that you do get some players in the next couple of weeks, because we need some, don't we? You can see that, if that game was 0-0, who could we have brought on in the last 10, 15 minutes to try and win it? That's our worry, isn't it? Today we were 2-0 up, so we had the defenders we could bring on. Yeah, brilliant. But if we need to score goals late in games, have we got enough about us to do that? We'll have to see. Mark says, I pick a 2-0 win during your show earlier this week. Which I think you might have done, Mark, actually. Yeah, that was a good prediction there. And yeah, we just played well, didn't we, in that first half? It was a game of 2 hours in many ways. We dominated the first half, got the goals, played well. And in the second half, we had to defend, and we defended well. And that's what you do. You have to do it, don't you? When, games don't always go your way for 90 minutes, do they? So you have to do what you have to do, and that's what we did. Very, very professional performance. And the second goal in particular was a really good goal, wasn't it? Martin Odegaard banged into that bottom corner. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And Arsenal won 2-0. Yes, Tottenham wasn't great, let's be honest. They're not a great side. They've got issues. They've got problems. But we don't need to worry about them. We can just worry about ourselves. We went there today and we did the job. And what a night it's been. Mark says there, come on, you guys, have a good evening, chaps. And yourself, mate. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Not much of it left, but I'm sure we'll all enjoy the rest of our weekend now, won't we? And yeah, we look forward to the rest of the week. So thank you very much to everyone for watching today. Before you go, please give us a like, because I've had a big stint today. I've had a double shift in the studio today. And please subscribe if you are new as well. I know most of you guys in the chat have already subscribed, haven't you? So that's that today. Brilliant victory. Terry says, night, Mark, indeed. See you all guys soon. Don't forget, tomorrow night 8 o'clock it is the Arsenal review. We've got the guys in. We will be looking back at this performance, this game, looking ahead to Manchester United, of course, a big game that is next week. The transfers as well, discussing that, and anything else to do with Arsenal that comes up in the show. So that'll be tomorrow night 8 o'clock, so please join us for that. It's going to be a good show. John says, definitely need new signings. Arteta should bite the bullet and strengthen. Well, I don't think it's Arteta doesn't want to strengthen. I'm sure he does. It's just getting the right players at the right prices, isn't it? We need to. We've got to do it. Let's see what happens in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? But The wins keep piling up for Arsenal. The games keep coming thick and fast. And of course, next week it's Manchester United, isn't it? And next Sunday, really, really big game that is as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to. And yes, lots to look back on today as well. Phil says London is red, still not played a big team. Well, we haven't played a big team, have we? We just had to play that lot today, and that was fun. Terry says, cheers, Richard, for the double again. A great day. It's been a good day indeed, very good day. John says, good evening to everyone. Chat soon. Indeed, mate. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for the Arsenal review at 8 o'clock. But today, this evening, it has finished at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs 0, Arsenal 2. And of course, we can't really finish this show without a little bit of this.
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go.
Poor old Harry, eh? He's crying again. He was crying in the World Cup and he's crying again today, isn't he? And unfortunately, he's going to have to get used to crying a bit more, isn't he, while he plays for that lot. John says there, cheers, Terry, and you too. Yeah, so that is that then for tonight. It's been, I've had a busy day, but it's been a good day. The Arsenal women were so close to getting a big victory earlier on. They drew 1-1 with Chelsea, and the Arsenal men have come away with a brilliant victory tonight at Tottenham. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. Hugo Lloris's own goal got us on the way, and then Martin Odegaard's brilliant strike before half time. And in the second half, Aaron Ramsdale, 3 good saves. He made a couple of good saves in the first half as well. So he was rightly player of the match, man of the match, if you want to call it these days. You don't know what you have to call it, but he was brilliant, Aaron Ramsdale. And it was a brilliant win for Arsenal. 8 points clear. 8 points clear. Wow. Great stuff. John says that's brilliant. It is brilliant, isn't it? We'll be playing that a lot this week on the channel as well because it is good fun. So anyway, thank you to everyone for watching today. If you stayed with us for both shows, as some of you did, appreciate that very much. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow 8 o'clock for the Arsenal review. It's going to be maybe a slightly quieter week on the channel this week. There's no midweek games, of course. On Thursday, Adam and Steve will be back with the Arsenal Social Extra, so join the guys for that. That's always a good fun show. I'm sure there'll be a lot of great social media stuff to go through with them. Friday we're back with a women's show, of course. Andreas, Matt, Amar here to look back on the Chelsea game, looking at Brighton. Again, the transfer window, the women have made some big signings. We'll be looking at all of that as well on Friday at 7:30. And of course, next Sunday, another double shift for me. Arsenal against Manchester United, 4:30 kickoff, and then the women straight after actually are away at Brighton. Another big game for the Arsenal women. So all that coming up on the channel this week. There might be 1 or 2 little surprises thrown in as well. The odd little preview video or something if I get time this week to throw in as well. So, but that's that for today then. A brilliant victory for Arsenal. 8 points clear. That's good, isn't it? And as we like to say here, of course, as always,
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go.
Indeed they do. So he says, come on you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. We should, Mrs. B, she's fine downstairs today. She's been doing some cooking and I need some food. So thank you very much to everybody for watching today, the 2 shows. If you watched them both, thank you very much. If you watched one or either of them, thank you for that as well. It's all about your comments as much as anything else, isn't it? And hopefully you enjoy what we do, and I'm sure you all enjoyed that today. Well, most of you did. I know my friend Mark, a Tottenham fan, probably didn't enjoy it quite so much, and I don't blame him. We felt the same last season when you turned us over. So it's always nice to get revenge, isn't it? And we did that today. Brilliant performance from Arsenal. And yeah, 8 points clear. Brilliant. Join me tomorrow for the Arsenal review. Really looking forward to that with the guys, see what everybody made of that. There'll be a vlog up as well of the women's game. Andreas and Matt have done some great stuff for us there. So look out for that as well. I'll see you tomorrow 8 o'clock. Brilliant day for Arsenal. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. Come on, you gunners. We enjoyed that, didn't we? I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year and happy weekend.
Real Martinelli. It's now with Granit Xhaka. Is it going to be the 3rd goal? It is the 3rd goal. Granit Xhaka with it. That seals it.